peace, 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 peace. Welcome to the show. Your favorite Dollar Tree Lestat vampire in the house, as so lovingly the Purse Forum likes to call me these days. So here's the thing, you guys, the more they come for you and the more shady they are towards you and the more you're doing something right. So thank you, Purse Forum, for being a bitch to me. I can double that. Don't worry. Hi, Audrey. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Isla. Hi, Liz M. Hi, Dorcia S. Hi, Kofifi Maga. Hi, Monarch. Heidi L. Linda Nolasco. T-Pal. Diva on a Budget. Kimberly Kidman. Sophia C's Beauty. Gloria Recinos. Hola, empanada de mi corazón. Monarch T-Pal again. Audrey again. Willie Oken. Blah. And then we have Miss B. Sheridan F. Somebody was like Tanya. Somebody was there for the first time. Finally caught up a live stream. Who was here for the first time? I saw it earlier. Hi Blah. Hi Grant Ramirez. How's it going? Teresa McGuire in the house. Sue Zeitgeist. Dacob, I love your bracelet. Where is it from? Thank you. You've asked me this question like a lot. What do you mean, Zeitgeist? It's my Hermès bracelet. You know, the one I always. Oh wait, you mean the second one? It's the smaller version of this one. It's just, it's fixed. It's not like movable like this one, right? So this is the Chaine d'encre in the set form in a size large. And this is the Chaine d'encre in the movable form in the extra large. Size queen. Hi, Victoria Bolton, Melissa Jean, ESD, KDF. Victoria Bolton says hello, everyone. Hi, Victoria. Empanada, Gloria. Bueno. Empanada. Claire Bear. Pensez depuis mon balcon. Wait, what are we going to do on your balcony? Yes. No, well, this is not the petite, actually. The petite would be even smaller than this, but it's almost petite. This is a grand et petit. Oui. Ouais. Ouais. Hi, Sibylla Delphos. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much. Oh, by the way, everybody was saying last live stream, we did the whole Easter thing with the flowers, and everybody's like, oh, no, oh, no. Where is Dicto? We want Dicto. So this week, I was thinking, let's do the flowers again, but you all want to ask the question to Dicto. And so I'm bringing back Dicto, who's going to read our future, right? So we're going to do the coins again today because everybody was asking, where is Dicto? So we're bringing back the coins. Just letting you guys know, I still have a few coins left. Oh yeah, here. And we have also our shrine. So we'll go. We are ready for the shrine. So if you like what you see,
yes.
Even though for some reason, hi Corey Emerson, Shifa Bukati, Baby Yoda. For some reason, the Purse Forum calls me a Dollar Tree vampire. Now listen, to paraphrase Dolly Parton, I mean, it costs so much to look this cheap. So there you go. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Smoochies, dear. How's it going, Corey? Hi, Carmen. Oh, man. Sorry about the arthritis, babes. Blue Egyptian Lotus. Hi, Super Dacob and friends. So happy to catch you live today with you all. Thank you so much. Hi, please send fruit gummy. Hi, everybody. Yes, so we can blend in the thing here if you wish to tip your host. Thank you so much. And I think Terry sent a tip in. So Sue says the hair. My Shayla. Thank you so much, Terry. I'm putting Terry's coin in.
Donated $25.
Wait, where's my... Sorry, I'm just looking for my marker. I found the marker. I found it. Thank you so much. Amy Pickett, member for 9 months, tier 2. So happy to catch you live. Thank you, Amy, for being with us. Let me add Terry to the golden coin shrine. Today we're going to have an update, by the way, on our first coin of the day. Thank you so much, Terry. We're going to have an update because Defact says, thanks for shedding light on the Chinese manufacturing viral videos. Your perspective was truly eye-opening. You're the best. Thank you so much, Des. And also, we're going to have an update on that topic today. So stay tuned. We're going to talk about the Chinese factories again. Yes. Andrea Myers, how's it going, sweetie? Caro PR, welcome to Tier 2. Thank you so much for becoming a member. And we got Kenny as well in the house. Thank you, Kenny.
de $10. From Kenny.
Hold on a minute. I'm writing Kenny on the coin. And we got Kenny. And if you do send a tip, at the end of the show, we're going to pull out one coin. And if your name is on it and you're still in the chats, and you get to ask Mr. Predicto a question about the future. So that's what we're going at, you know. So I'm still going through the legal fees, you guys. I know I sound like Bernie Sanders when he's like asking for more money. No, this is the situation. The lawyer for now is done for now because we have filed the appeal against the strike that has been done to my channel by an entity that I cannot disclose just yet, but I will be able to disclose it all once the situation has passed. So the counter appeal has been filed. The lawyer is now wrapping up his bill. Now, the bill might not wrap up depending on if I decide to counter sue. So anyway, just letting you guys know, all of your tips for the entertainment, if you like what you're seeing, thank you so much. All of your tips are for now still, and I've explained this in the last 2 live streams. Those tips that you send in now are going towards my legal fund. Usually when you send tips to the channel, and I disclose it very clearly every show, usually the tips that you send go towards funding new lights, microphone, batteries, cables, internet connection. Bubbles costs money to generate these AI backgrounds. It all costs money. So when you do send tips, that's where they go towards. Except now, in this period, if you do send a tip, it doesn't go into the Fashion Bunker per se. It goes into the Fashion Bunker Legal Fund. It goes towards saving this channel. That's basically where your tips are going. They're going directly towards saving this channel. That's where we're at. Hopefully, we're going to get to our limit. You know, we're going to fill the pot so that legal fees are covered. And then we're going to go back on our regular schedule of every tip that comes in goes directly into the Fashion Bunker Fund for props, technical, internet, all that good stuff. So we'll go. Hi, Nicole Pancakes. Oh, Nicole in the house. How's it going, sweetie? Audrey, 49 months, Tier 2 member. Lots of love to Donatella. Wait, what was that? Was it? Oh, to Donatella. Wait, why Donatella? What happened to Donatella? Wait, was that a joke? I don't get it. Audrey, wait, what was that? Was a joke, right? I don't get it though. Hi, Letty. Oh, Kofifi says, I always thought you were more like a Dollar Tree Louis more than Lestat. I mean, honestly, I really don't understand these people. I mean, I was a vampire when I had short hair, and I'm a vampire when I have long hair. I mean, look at these canines. I mean, you don't want to mess with them. They are very, very pointy. Look how hurt. Look, I almost perforated my honey. And these are my real teeth. I didn't have to go to Turkey to get teeth done. Okay. Not veneers, real teeth. Call that cheap. Okay. I wonder if the person on the Purse forum that wrote that comment about me even has teeth. At least we have teeth, darling. You have teeth. I have teeth. We'll go. So anyway, Uncle Fifi says, I know I'm not your type with being female and all, but I'm so into pointy, big canine on men, baby. Oh yes, I'm a biter. What do you know who I'm into? You don't know. I have to see you first. Baby Yoda says, did you see Murakami Cherry's Keep All 45 is getting re-released? Don't want it, but I'm curioso. I'm curious to know what you think. Cherry's Pochette, Toiletry 26, coming soon too. Well, I do have the Keep All 45 from 20 years ago. The Cherries, the Cherries Takashi first edition. Love it. Love it to bits. Would I repurchase it? No, I have it already. Why would I buy something that costs more today in lower quality than what was already made? You know what I mean? But I love those cherries. Love it to bits. Clocking the girl, says Brown Bunny. Look, I mean, here's the thing. I don't understand why people still try to come for me. Like, I mean, it's flattering. You know, it's very flattering. And I think it's really lovely because if you have haters that are so vehemently against you, hi haters, I know you're watching. You know that they're going, like, they're obsessed. And I love that because obviously it just fuels me to do more. So, have you noticed? Oh, by the way, since I'm all into psychology and psychiatry, honey, I can read aho to filth. And I also understand the situation. I can read a room. I can read a room. Yes, Miss Jelly, you have a chance. Everybody has a chance, baby. Look, here I am, baby. Yes, Kofifi Maga. That's my girl. Here's the thing. So I can tell you one thing. Usually there are little groups forming and then like people criticize other people. People go to different channels and then they talk shit about you. They think behind your back, but you read the comments on other channels. I have eyes. I can read. And you always know if a content creator is actually on your side or not. And you can know that by two things. Let me reveal a little secret to you guys. When you go on another channel and you see somebody talk about me, and it happens a lot, and on many different channels, I'm not pointing fingers at one specific channel here, just to be very clear. It's something that a lot of content creators do. Whether it be about me or about somebody else, doesn't matter now. But here's what usually happens. If somebody, let's say you have a YouTube channel and somebody else has a YouTube channel, you go to their channel in the comment section under one of their videos and you see that somebody wrote something nice about you. Nice, not something bad about you, something nice about you. And that content creator usually has a tendency of answering to almost all comments. And when they answer, they actually write a sentence as a reply. But when somebody writes something nice about you under their video in a comment, and then they just heart it without actually writing a nice sentence back, then you know that they had to acknowledge that there was something nice said about you, but they don't really like you, so they're just gonna heart it and move on. They're not gonna comment. Same type when somebody then writes something negative about you under their videos in the comment section. That content creator leaves the comment there, but doesn't like it with the visible heart, but secretly likes it with the invisible heart, and doesn't comment back to defend you, then you know. Then you know exactly who you're dealing with. That's the psychology of YouTube comments and how content creators react and how they like or not like or how they respond if somebody's coming to their channel to beef about you. That's how you know who's on your side and who's not on your side. And let me tell you something very eye-opening. Very eye-opening. So yeah. Be Passionate says, but you do the same, Dacob. You don't always answer and just put a heart. Now you know. No, but I don't always answer, in particularly because depending on the topic, sometimes the topics are so draining that I cannot, for the love of me, sit on my device and answer every comment because sometimes the comments are so mean. I'm just like, I gotta close this, and I don't go there. If the comments are about other YouTubers, is that what you're referring to, other YouTubers, or in general, me not answering to every comment? Because I don't answer to every comment. I try to answer as many as I can. I try to answer as many comments as I can. But what are you referring to, be passionate? Are you referring to me replying to a comment that talks about another content creator? Or are you referring to me as not always replying to every comment? Now, if you send me a comment with a heart, how can I write a dissertation under that comment? Like, I'm going to also send you a heart back. Like, you sent me a heart, I send you a heart. You send me a little kiss, I send you a little kiss. But like, if you're going to write me like a really long text and the text makes me think, oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, let me, yeah, I agree with you. And I have also this to add, then I'll do that. If you write a long comment and it's very to the point and it makes total sense to me and I completely agree with you, then what should I add? I'm going to write back, oh my gosh, yes, I completely agree with this. And that's done. Like, you've said everything there is to say. So in that moment, I'm going to be like, this is perfect. I would just ruin their comment if I add anything because it's already, in my opinion, perfect. The comment is perfect. There are those cases when somebody leaves a comment and like the first half of the comment, I'm like, oh, wow, yeah, this is totally, like, I agree with this completely. This is exactly what I think. And then towards the end, they might say something that I don't agree with. But then I don't have the energy to be like, I agree with the first half, but the second half, I have a differing opinion. In that case, I'm going to just leave the comment. I'm not going to dive into it because I don't dive into it if I don't have the energy. If I do have the energy, I do dive into it. But comment sections can be very, very vile. Finley says, comment sections should have a Surgeon General's warning. Hi, Finley. Seriously, some comments may be hazardous to your health. I agree with you. Mentally, some comments can be quite painful to digest. They can, pardon me, they can be scarring. You know, T-Pal says, Dacob says, thank you to me always. Yes, of course. Brown Bunny says, comments are drama. It's true. Some of you writing essays, LOL. Me, Brown Bunny. I love the essays. But I'm telling you, sometimes it's better to leave an essay there and not comment. For good reasons or for bad reasons. You know, they can be both. It can be both. Battle Frankie says, this literally happened to me a few days ago when you explained to me about subsidiaries and how some brands do and don't have it. Super educational. Oh, Battle Frankie, you remember? Okay, good. So that was you. Now, that was a really interesting topic. So, Battle Frankie was not so clear about, well, I think you thought you were clear, but then I was like, hold on, let me clear it up for you. So basically, the comment was about, if I remember correctly, it was about saying not everything that a brand makes is the same quality. And I think you were implying, like, let's say you go to Louis Vuitton and you buy one of their bags, like the bags are higher quality than if you buy their wallet or their belt, because maybe the wallet and the belt are manufactured in a subsidiary factory or some factory, you know what I mean? Like, somewhere else, they don't pay so much attention to their wallet manufacturing as they do to their bags. And then I said, wait, stop there. That is incorrect. What you are trying to say is that there are brands that have these like sub brands or subsidiary brands. And then I explained to you, like, for example, you can buy something from Giorgio Armani, and that's going to have a certain price tier, and that's manufactured in certain type of factories with a certain type of attention to detail, but also with a certain attention to quality of the fabrics and materials. But then Armani also has a subcategory of a brand, a subsidiary brand called Emporio Armani, which is slightly younger collection, you know, for younger people who maybe have a little bit less of a budget to dress themselves. And then there is an even lower subsidiary, which I think, what is it called? AX or JX? That's our AX, like Armani X, which is like Armani jeans. That's a subsidiary that's even a lower tier. So that's manufactured usually outside of Europe, China, Vietnam, what have you. They state clearly on the tags where the stuff is made. They don't lie about that. So those are subsidiaries. But in your example, you mentioned Louis Vuitton as an example of subsidiary, and I'm like, no, no, no. The top tier luxury brands, they don't go into subsidiary stuff. What does this mean? Dior, Louis Vuitton, Hermès, Chanel, they do not have lower tier brands underneath them. Like Prada has Miu Miu. Miu Miu belongs to Prada, but it is a subsidiary. It is more youthful, simpler designs. The price tag is a little bit lower than Prada. Versace has Versace jeans. Versace also used to have Versus. It also used to have Versace collection, which was half a Medusa. Literally, the logo was half a Medusa, which tells you about the half the price as well. But Chanel doesn't have a sub-brand. Louis Vuitton doesn't have a sub-brand. What does this mean? This means that just because the Louis Vuitton wallet costs less than the Louis Vuitton bag, doesn't mean that the Louis Vuitton wallet is lesser quality than the bag. It just means they used less materials to make a wallet. It's a smaller item, and it also takes less time to make it. Unless, of course, the wallet is not made out of exotic leathers, because then that leather is going to cost them much more. But you catch my drift. It's not that the wallet is lesser quality at Louis Vuitton than the bag. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Because it's all on the same tier. It's on the same level of the brand. It's not a subsidiary. Chanel also doesn't have subsidiaries. Now, some might come back at me and say, wait, hold on a minute, but Chanel has haute couture and prêt-à-porter. Yes, it does have haute couture and prêt-à-porter, but both haute couture and prêt-à-porter fall under the same brand, Chanel. None of the two are in a subsidiary underneath. It's not like prêt-à-porter is a subsidiary of haute couture. No. Prêt-à-porter and haute couture belong to the same brand. There's no subsidiary underneath. Just to be very clear. If Chanel were to start a sub-brand called Chance, like their perfume, okay, some whimsical name for younger audience, which actually, Chanel, you should think about this. You're welcome. Here's a little free tip to you, Chanel. You should maybe think about, because, your prices are insanity. Your prêt-à-porter prices are the prices of haute couture, and your haute couture prices are the prices of a mansion. So I think Chanel should consider starting a subsidiary called Chance by Chanel, for the younger audiences, younger people. Better entry-level price tags for younger people. I think this is something they should really consider doing, because their prices are insane. I don't think they're any longer sustainable. Istante by Versace, yes, Emotion Engine. That one also used to exist. I don't think it exists anymore. Oh my God, Carlos, that's a good point. Every year Louis Vuitton comes back as a lower quality subsidiary of itself. Battle Frankie says, I wish I had you for a school teacher. Thank you. You explained it so well, how and why. Yeah, and you know what? A lot of people don't know this, but that's okay. You're not supposed to know all these things. This is kind of like the business of fashion and how it works. Obviously, as a consumer, you're not as a customer, you're not supposed to enter a boutique and be expected to know everything about the ins and outs of how these things are manufactured, where things are made, how they work, and et cetera, et cetera. But here's another problem, and this is the issue that we had with this entire TikTok China videos going viral about exposing the Made in Europe luxury brands. The problem, one of the many problems that those videos bring to the table is they are trying to educate the consumer by lying to the consumer. So if the consumer already doesn't know how things work, now they're being bombarded with information that is giving you wrong intel. And you as a consumer take it at face value and you think it's honest and it's truthful what they're saying. Of course, then you're going to start echoing what they're saying when you go off to other channels. It spreads like a viral infection. Somebody gets infected with the lie and then they share that lie to somebody else who might believe them. And then that somebody's going to share it on and it spreads like wildfire. Now, currently it's a trend. It's going to stop, hopefully sooner than later. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm happy with this trend because it gives me views. I get to talk about it and it's very popular. It's brought luxury topics back on the horizon. this year has begun with a lot of trouble and problems, and we're not going to talk about it here because obviously we can't. But the world is in a mess at the moment. So obviously, like, luxury was on nobody's mind. Nobody cared about luxury. Everybody had other fish to fry, bigger fish to fry. So what happened with this whole situation with the TikTok videos, as scammy as they are, and as damaging as they potentially are to some brands, I still say thank you for those videos because they have brought back the attention of the general audience onto the spotlight that we talk about, which is fashion, luxury, bags, and all that stuff. So in a way, I'm like, great, bring it on. Bring it on, bring it on. Bring on this sort of a viral moment. Because we get to shed a light on their lies and we get to talk about their lies, but at the same time, we get potential new viewers discovering the channel and coming to the channel, and maybe, just maybe, they stick around because they like what they see. Hannah, how's it going, Hannah? Dacob, I assumed you are too busy with streaming to also read comments, so I'm impressed when you do. Thank you. Yes, I do read comments as much as I can. Hi, Mahora. How's it going? More people are questioning the quality of these luxury goods, and these brands are starting to realize they need the aspirational clients. I mean, the brands need the aspirational clients, but it's also good that we as a customer are questioning the quality of these brands. They can always do better. They can always do better. Hi, Bob. How's it going? Wait, hold on. Let me scroll up. Sorry, just one way. Thank you, M, for becoming a Tier 1 member. Stop buying luxury from houses that you think are screwing the public. Send the message. I mean, stop buying luxury. Well, yeah, I mean, if you don't like their product, say you don't like their product, but don't lie about their product being made somewhere where it's not made. That's all I'm saying. Hi, Jeanette. Welcome back. Teresa E., how's it going? You would think fashion houses would lower their prices to bring more customers rather than raise prices. Yeah. Some luxury houses did lower their prices. And we talked about this about a year ago. Some of them were in such a big crisis that they started lowering their prices. Some of them did. Some of them did. Oh, Chanel Young or Coco. Yeah, Tanya, like, this is fun. Yeah, to create like a brand for younger people who like to buy Chanel,
Bring home the bacon.
There you go. Thank you. Burberry lowered their prices several times, yes, but Burberry's doing really bad at the moment. I think they shot themselves in the foot, to be honest with you, because their decision, the artistic directors that they hired in the past, they did nothing good for Burberry, and now they're now they're collecting those fruits, and there's no fruits to collect. It's all rotten. Everything I say in this live stream is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. Okay. Hi, Nada Dida. How's it going? Hi, Alina Poe. How's it going? Shaban, China is the largest manufacturers for many brands, including Apple, says Be Passionate. I don't believe high-end fashion houses do not use them, also for clothing, bags, etc. When a luxury house uses China to manufacture a bag, that bag says made in China on the bag. Okay. There's that. So it's that simple. I have something to tell you guys. You know how a lot of you tell me that you don't get notified when I start a live stream? And like, you did click on notifications on YouTube, but you don't get notified. Well, I looked into it. And this is not the case for all of you, but for a lot of you, this might be the case. This is why you don't get notified. So basically, I did my analysis on YouTube, and YouTube told me, finally, that only 4% of my subscribers have all bell notifications turned on and at the same time enabled YouTube notifications. So only 4% of you actually have both bell notification and YouTube notifications both turned on. Notifications can't reach subscribers who disabled notifications on the YouTube app or signed out. So, if you are a subscriber, but you disabled notifications on the YouTube app, you will not get notified when a stream starts. If you are a subscriber, but you have a device in your hands on which you are not logged in to your YouTube account from which you subscribed to my channel and enabled notifications, then of course you will also not get notified. So you got to check your settings. Katie says, yes, people aren't enabling YouTube notifications in their smartphones. This is important. You need to enable YouTube notifications in your smartphone if you wish to get notified. Because like I said, my analytics are showing me that only 4% of you actually enabled the notifications for YouTube on your apps and devices, plus have the notification bell turned on for all notifications. So be sure to do that, guys. That might be the issue why you don't get notified. Sophia Sees Beauty says, I always get notified. That's good. Anya says, I turned it on, but it doesn't work. Zyka says, do you think the new creative director of Chanel will create another line like Coco Neige and Coco Beach? If he has a big ego, he'll add something. But for now, I think he's way over his head with the amount of work he has to deliver for Chanel. He has to deliver 10 collections. At least 10 collections a year for now. You know, he's used to doing pret-à-porter, but I don't see him doing haute couture. So let's see how he manages to do haute couture and how we feel about that before we give him other sub collections to do. Be Passionate says, have you heard that legally, Dacob, the whole item doesn't necessarily have to be fully manufactured in a particular company to be labeled that it's made in that country? For example, if the whole bag is made in China, but the label is made in France, the item can still be legally determined as made in France. You know, I know you mean well. I'm like, I've been working in this business for decades. Of course I know this. But you are not correct. And I'm telling you you're not correct because it's the amount of work that goes into making an item in a certain country. So if you are going to state what you just stated, that the whole bag is made in China and then just sent to France to put a label made in France on, no, that's not how it works. Legally in France, you're not allowed to do this. You need, I think, up to 50% of the bag manufactured in France to be allowed to say that it's made in France. So that is incorrect. You are partially correct. You're correct in that raw materials, textiles, basic trims, they can be done abroad. They can be done in Bangladesh, in India, in Vietnam, in China. Then they get sent over to Europe. Then they get fully assembled in Europe with all the extra added details in Europe. That's how it works. Just like with cheese or alcohol, very strict guidelines. Now, Be Passionate says, but that's not all countries. That's France's. Be Passionate, what are we talking about here? Are we talking about the lies that the TikTok videos started spreading about all of these luxury bags not being made in their country of origin? We're talking about France. If people from these TikTok videos are telling you that an Hermès bag is not made in France, Hermès bags are made in France. So of course I'm going to share with you how the French law is, because a Birkin is made in France. So a Chinese factory cannot claim that they built the entire Birkin in China, sent it over to France, and France just put a stamp on it, made in France. Please, people, don't believe that. That is a lie. That is, I mean, it's a lie to the core. Okay, to the core. Munyamu says Chanel Hamburg is always empty. It is really sad to see essays. Oh, Anonymous, thank you so much,
Anonymous
sweetie.
donated $10. Love you, Dacob. You will overcome this live stream. You are courageous enough to handle all the haters. Praying for your continued peace and joy.
Thank you so much, sweetie. Wait, so do I write anonymous or do I write another name? Because then it's going to be anonymous on the coin. So if we pull out anonymous at the end of the show, you better say who you are if you want to ask Dicto a question. You know what I mean? So should I write anonymous or does anybody want to? Hi, Tim. How's it going? Ah, Blue Egyptian Lotus. Perfect. Okay, babes. I got Blue Egyptian Lotus. There you go, sweetie. Thumb up the live stream, you guys. Thank you so much for your love and support. Also, Gloria says, I'll be anonymous because I got the question. Oh, you have a question, Gloria? Oh no, you're chance foiled, babes. So here's another note. Today we don't have the after show, but there's going to be a live stream tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be an exclusive live stream just for Tier 2 members and Tier 2 patrons. So usually we have the after show like after the live stream today, but I'm trying out new stuff now because it gets me really, really tired to do like 7-8 hours streaming in one block between main and after. So tomorrow we're going to have the exclusive live stream for the Tier 2 members and Tier 2 patrons. Okay? Mark that down. Baby Yoda says craftspeople are hired and trained for Hermès, Louis Vuitton, and Goya. They are paid good wages and are proud of their jobs. Any reference otherwise is an insult to them. Period. Also, some people, you know what? Let's just shoot this video. By the way, I want to say this just for you guys to know already in the show. There's going to be a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek moment at the beginning of this video that we're about to film. And I'm going to do this because I'm testing stuff out with this Chaina topic on YouTube. Like, I'm testing stuff out with thumbnails, with titles. I'm working on something. I'm testing stuff out. So don't be shocked when you see the beginning of this new video. Go along with it. It's a joke. And then we're going to get serious. But I'm just trying something out, okay? A little bit of trolling. Let's see how far that takes us. Hi, Aish. How's it going, sweetie? Oh, Tim Park, thank you so much for the legal fund.
Tim Park donated $25. Tip you roast everyone.
Tim Park, thank you so much. Every tip goes towards the lawyer. So the channel doesn't get taken down. Period. Katie says that Chaina video has done exactly as the creator wanted, trolled the Americans well. Yes, but look, it brought me a ton of views, so I'm happy. Honestly, at the end of the day, thank you for the engagement and all the bots, you know, these Chinese factory bots coming to my channel being like, your bags are now all made in China. And I'm like, thank you, you know, thank you, bot, for commenting. Oh, by the way, did you know that's YouTube's birthday today? Happy birthday, YouTube. We love you, YouTube. You are a kind and gentle YouTube. You are a kind and gentle algorithm. So yeah, it's
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, I'm living Ferret. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, YouTube. When are we going to get our 100K plaque finally? Thank you. We are on the road to 75,000 subbies, by the way. We're almost at 75K. Whoop, whoop. So we'll go. Hi, Lois Vaughn. Yes, we love it. I wonder what that meant in the corner of the channel. This? Oh, you can scan this to tip the host. It's a QR code. Hi, John. John Vox says, oh, wow, how old is YouTube? Good question. Is it 20 years old? 25? 27? I don't know. I don't know. Like, yeah, it's old. I think it started in the early 2000s. 20? Oh, okay. Thanks, Gloria, Finley, Audrey. She vintage. She is officially vintage. She's 20, baby. Now, what do you know? Well, there you go. There you go. So, let's do this. Let's do this fun video about the China sitch. Audrey says, I never thought it would last this long. Really, Audrey? What do you mean? 20 years. 20 years and counting. I mean, sorry, guys. Where is the... I'm just checking out where these comments, the crazy ones, where they begin. Okay. My co-host is with me today. Thumb up the live stream. Over 300 people watching. Thumb up the live stream, y'all. Let the show begin. Oh, honey, we're going to get an Oscar for this. No, we're not, but you know what? Oh my God, you guys, I don't know what to say anymore. You were right. All of you on TikTok, all of the Chinese factories, you've opened my eyes to the truth. I finally have realized that my Birkin was made in China. And I have finally understood that no expensive luxury is made in France, in Italy, in Spain. It's all made in China. And, you know, good for you, all of you who have been laughing at all of us luxury content creators. Good for you. Good for all of you who have been, you know, treating us like shit, who have been mocking us these past few weeks. We deserve it because we are terrible human beings. We don't deserve, you know, we don't deserve you to watch us, to see us. We don't deserve your attention. We don't deserve your comments. Thank you for this sobering, inebriating wake-up call. Thank you for your intelligent comments. Well written. The grammar, oh my gosh, you know, I read all of them, and every time I would read them, I would just, my eyes would open more and more, you know, and I finally have come to the realization that you were all right all this time, you know, and I don't know what to do with this bag anymore. I don't know what to do. You know, TikTok really should be the place where we get all our education because TikTok knows no lies. We should blindly listen to everything they tell us on TikTok. We should blindly obey everything they ask us to do. We should follow every single order, not as if it were a recommendation, but as if it were an order. We should blindly follow, subject identify with what they are saying. We should shut our intellect down. We should completely nuke whatever little tidbit of intellect we have left and blindly obey. I think that is the way to go from here on out. Thank you so much for opening my eyes. And since this video is being filmed in April, I want to say we're a little bit far away from April 1st, but April Fools, honey. Since these TikTok videos started popping up in April, I thought how funny of China to make these videos in the month of April. They got everyone fooled, didn't they? But listen, of course, everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. And of course, my Birkin bag was made in France, not in China. But of course, I also have to touch base on these wonderful intellectual comments that some of these gullible single-digit IQers left on my channel. Let's dig into them. You write, you embarrass yourself, I escalate, I make it even more visible. You like being embarrassed? Good, let's do that. You know, some people like that, a little bit of an SM moment. Some people just love it. So I'll give it to you. Zoe203 commented, China can made, iPhone or machine you think can't made. Bags, guys, be serious. All right, well then. Zoe203 okay, so I guess you are a part of the Chinese bots that go and comment on channels like you've never commented on my channel before, and now all of a sudden, and the grammar. And I'm like, okay, so you're claiming in between the lines here, look, we Chinese, we can do whatever we want. You think we can't do? I'm like, okay, if you can do everything, learn proper English first. How about we start with proper English? How about we start with the proper grammar? You prove to me you can maneuver English. And by the way, I'm not being snotty here. English is the easiest language to learn on this planet. One of the reasons, not just because America is so powerful economically, but one of the reasons why English spread out throughout the world is because it's simple. It's one of the most simple languages to learn when compared to really complicated languages like Chinese, like German, for example. Those are hard to learn. English is really, Slavic languages are hard to learn. Heck, Romanian is super difficult to learn. English is like literally the basic form of a communication. It's a basic language, and you couldn't learn that? But you're telling me that you can make something as complicated as this bag. Now, how am I to trust you to manufacture a beautifully made bag when you can't even speak the language, let alone spell it right? Can we talk? Can we talk? Then another one by the name of Shidong. I'm like, oh, here's another little Chinese bot trying to educate us on my channel. Someone who's never commented before on my channel, but is now coming for us. Okay, let me see how much more can these TikTok-generated baboons do. So, Shidong writes, there's no possible way Hermès can produce the amount of bags they do with their artisans. There's not enough artisans in all of Europe to produce that many leather goods. The math isn't mathing. Yeah, because you're in China, you're a Chinese bot commenting, you think everything is mass-produced. You see, you literally just told us who you are by stating that everybody mass-produces. Hermès doesn't mass-produce, honey. But why would you know that? You couldn't possibly know that because you are sitting in that Chinese factory that is overproducing everything. So you think, you see the flawed logic there? So you think that also in Europe they have to overproduce stuff. So how can they produce it when they're overproducing? Honey, boo-boo cha. They're not overproducing. That's the point. I had to wait almost 3 years for my bag. Why? Because it took time to make. They have a huge backlog of stuff that they're still making. So, in fact, I answered, Hermès, in fact, does not produce so many bags at all, exactly because Hermès places care and time in manufacturing their bags, unlike the factories who are dumping lies on TikTok. Those factories churn out tons of those subpar fakes. Come on, Shidon, stop being a Chinese bot and wake up and smell the coffee. You can't fool us, baby. You can't fool us. Now, somebody else called Sunshine in Miami too. Now, premise to this comment, I did not read their username. I read their comment, and then I started writing my reply, and then mid through the reply, I noticed their username. This is going to be important for how our response develops. So Sunshine in Miami too says, the key is Chaina told us what is going on. Oh, so that's the key, because somebody told you that's what's going on. You take it at face value. Clever. So what they told us before the tariffs, China was pushed in a corner. They came out with checkmate. You are trying to turn the story around to make yourself feel better, because this person is implying that, oh no, I did get it. Oh no, my bag that I thought was made in France isn't. Now I feel really bad. So I'm twisting the whole narrative to make myself feel better. You really think I'm that limited? Your life is about these expensive items, and to learn you were misled can be heartbreaking to you. Just leave it alone. You're making yourself look bad. Yeah, I'm not so sure who's the one looking bad here, honey. But anyway, I started my response with, see how wrong you are? You obviously don't see it, because if you saw it, you would not be saying such ignorant things. What also proves to me that you are ignorant is the fact that you claim to know me and to know what I and my life are all about. Only a very low IQ'd person would feel so entitled to claim they know a person without knowing them. Oh, wait a minute. I just checked your username. You got Miami in your username? Miami? Of course. Florida. I should have known. Never mind, dear. Bless your heart. Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers, sweetie. Never mind. Forget everything I said, darling. Next. Okay. So, people surprise. Okay, so Leonard Jenkins. People surprised luxury items are made in China on their Chinese-made phone, on a Chinese-made app. What all do you all think is made in America and European, with 2 E's, countries? Like, really, what do y'all think you export? Question marks, 10 of them. I said, well, we do not think that everything is made in the US and / or in the EU, but Hermès bags are made in France. We are not talking about toys, gadgets, plastic trinkets, smartphones, and Apple devices. So get your head out of the sand and your hand out of the pocket. Somebody else, oh, she don't again. I just think shilling for corporations who don't care about anything but money is a very toxic way to spend your money, to spend your energy, not money, energy. Then I said to them, I says to them, that's not energy. That's money. And don't be fooled into thinking the corporations that sell you food in the supermarket care about you either. I suppose you got to stop buying and eating food as well. Because that's your own logic. According to your own logic, we're not supposed to purchase anything from corporations that don't care about us. Well, you know, I can sell you a dream, honey. I can sell you. If you think that Nestle, okay, you know, is sitting there, Coca-Cola company is sitting there thinking, before we launch this product, how can we make the lives of our consumers better? How can we make our consumers richer? How can we help them with their health? Good luck to you. You know. Oh, this is one of my favorites. So this one comes from Jeanette Small, Francis. Jeanette Small says, the vice president called the Chinese pheasants. I'll let that sink in before we comment. Yes, she spelled peasants with an H. Little did she know, when you put an H after the P, peasants are turned into pheasants. So anyway, I answered, pheasants are birds. Why would he call them a bird? Do they fly? I mean, this is the level. This is the type of person who believes what the TikTok videos are saying about all of the luxury bags being made in China. Okay. You see what you see what I mean? I mean, it's on a whole other level. Then there's more. We can go on. Okay, here's another one. Weird Science ET commented all caps, all capital letters, and China! Exclamation mark. I read the comment and I'm like, care to add a verb to your Pulitzer-worthy sentence? And perchance differentiate between caps and lowercase? Because, like, what do you want to say? I need a verb. I need some structure to the sentence. Because it ain't a sentence. I don't know what it is. Oh, this is a good one. Here's one that has nothing to do. Here's another one of the idiots that believes this made in China stuff. Okay. You Censor writes, are you a woman with a beard or a man with a woman's hair? So I don't have just one hair. I have more than one hair. So with woman's hair, you don't need to do a woman's hair. So I guess you seem dumb enough. I guess you're like one of those you're from the religious belt. Okay, so, well, how about you go to a church sometimes? Check out how Jesus looks on the cross. He has a beard and he has long hair. So are you going to go into the church and ask the bishop or somebody who's like in the middle of the mass? Are you going to stand up and ask them? Are you going to ask the priest? Hey, I have a question here, Mr. Priest. I have a question. So that person on the cross there with the long hair and the beard, is that a woman with a beard or is that a man with a woman's hair? Gee, I don't know. Good question. Here's another one. Oh, also Weird Science ET. Excuse me, but it does not take a genius, Mr. IQ, to see the full-on video where the Asian artisans, artisans, spelled with an E, ARTESIAN. Okay. The full-on video where the Asian artisan is making a Himalayan from A to Z. You're saying this is faked? Rubbish. The artisan is making a Himalayan. Okay. So I replies to them, I says, talking about IQs, let us fix your grammar. So first of all, it's you're saying with YOU''RE, not YOUR, okay? So it's not you're saying, it's you are saying. So let's correct the grammar. But then let's talk about what you watched. Okay, so if I understood you correctly, you watched an Asian artisan. Is that some rare animal that only you know about? Because I know some people, when they're like very small, they have like imaginary friends. Maybe you had an imaginary pet called Asian Artesian? So, okay, so an Artesian is making a Himalayan. What is the Artesian making a Himalayan do exactly? Like, seems like you accidentally switched from your adult content viewing to YouTube. Babes, put some cold iced water on it and good luck. Moving on. I'm telling you, it just gets better and better. I mean, here's another one. Madame 491. The materials for the American Maid bags are being shipped into the US. The Takashi Murakami bags was being assembled in Texas, shipped back to the EU, and the labels would say Paris, France, Spain. Ha ha, ha ha, ha ha. This is old news. Customers was tracking their packages to see the movements. So just because you have a Made in France label, these Louis Vuitton products still have quality issues. Okay. Girl. This is so sad. I don't even know where to begin. Okay, so you are implying in your message, in your comment, that when you order something from the Louis Vuitton website, that you receive a tracking number, and that tracking number, you keep following and updating the tracking number, and you're claiming that you're seeing your bag that you ordered on the Louis Vuitton website, you're seeing it being tracked from the US to Europe, from Europe back to the US, and then shipped to you. You never ordered anything from Louis Vuitton, obviously. Because first of all, you're implying that that bag is being manufactured after you ordered it and paid it, and you're claiming that Louis Vuitton sent you a tracking number for an item that doesn't exist yet because it's yet to be manufactured, but you think Louis Vuitton gave you a tracking number to track the process of the manufacturing of your bag? Are we like, okay, and you know what is really scary? These people multiply. They get kids. They multiply. They make children. And these children, bless their hearts, have these parents. Girl, and they multiply like bunny rabbits. The clever ones don't really multiply as much. It's the dumb ones that multiply. Oof. This is, I mean, you guys, this is the world we're living in. And yeah, what else we got here? Let me see. We got a lot of these really, oh, the poverty of it all. There was a really interesting, like a trifecta of comments as well. At a certain point, I did see one and I was like, shooketh for the gods. Ah, here you go. Here's another one of the bots from China. Okay, your brand new Birkin is now worthless. This was by RDE91969. By the way, thank you. Actually, this comment prompted the idea for me to begin my video the way I did. The joke's on you. So, your brand new Birkin is now worthless. And then I answered, oh, another Chinese bot trying to make a point, except you forget that I'm not one of those gullible, dumb TikTok viewers you managed to scam with your fake rhetoric. You are now actually dealing with an educated, intelligent human being who also happens to be a content creator. So buckle up, Buttercup, because your ride here is not operated by misinformation, honey. Then they said, you go to China and check the items yourself, and for sure you will eat your words. Talking about proof is useless. Then I answered, you are trying it again with a second comment, which is even dumber than your first. Bless your heart. I hope you never have to end up in court in the US because you would lose. epically. You see, the burden of proof lays with the plaintiff, not the defendant. You probably have no clue what that even means, though, LOL. But you do you, boo. Now, then they triple down. They say, hope the contracts between Hermès and Chinese factories come out in public. I'm like, I see you are a bot of simple hopes. Sad that this is your only hope. Dream on, little bot. Dream on and Godspeed. Could you imagine having one hope in your life, one dream, and that dream is your only hope in life is that contracts between Hermès and Chaina get exposed. You're going to spend a whole life in a lot of solitude, very lonely, waiting for that one dream of yours to come true. But it doesn't. But it doesn't. In other words, people, this is the type of backlash that my channel got in terms of people being finally happy. Like, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, yeah, I can, the bag, your Hermès bag that you spent so much money on. Well, na 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 na, you know, it was made in China. Like, everybody's so happy. I'm like, where does that hatred come from? Because honestly, I mean, to quote Jinx Monsoon, it's water off a duck's back for me. I don't care what you think about me or my bag. Period. But there's something really insipid about the pleasure that you find in thinking that you got a aha gotcha moment when you don't. You don't have an aha I gotcha moment. You don't. You're just kind of publicly shaming yourself, showing everybody your stupidity. But I gotta say, some of you might say, well, you're stupid to answer them back. No, I'm not. You see, because every engagement on my channel brings more views to my channel. So you're stupid enough to comment a stupid comment, it's entertaining for me. Plus, thank you for the engagement. It just brings more attention to my channel. So, I don't know how much you kind of won this battle. I don't really see it happening. But thank you for all the views. You know, thank you so much. Actually, let's see how this video does. But thus far, my TikTok China reaction videos have brought me over 100,000 views, all added up together. And that, for my channel, is a pretty good standard. 100,000 views and thousands of comments. Thank you so much. All of the intelligent people, of course I thank you so much, but you know the intelligent people are in the minority. The majority were the dum-dums. Thank you, dum-dums. I owe it to you. For the AdSense revenue, for the views, for the engagement, and for the growing subscribers. I love you, haters. Never give up on love. Bye. Now, you guys, okay, we're back to, so just to let you guys know, all of this, like this video, I was just testing out pushing more on the mean side and being a bitch. I did that on purpose because I want to see when I post that video, how the reactions are going to be. Like, is it going to instigate more interaction or less? So this, honestly, you guys, for you who are watching me now, this was really an experiment. So I acted it out to make it be like snarky on purpose because I want to see how that, it's like an experiment. I want to see how that type of content is going to instigate views rather than like the first video that I did on the China topic was very calm, gentle. I was not throwing shade at anybody. I was very, explaining it very gently, calmly, and explaining it politely. That polite video didn't do as well as my second video. In the second video, I thought, let me dial it up a notch. Let me see what happens if I do a little bit of that rage baiting, Worked like a charm. Worked like a charm. So I thought to myself, aha, So now let's do a third version where we up it even more, and let's see what happens then. So for all of you who are watching me now, when that video comes out, obviously don't take it personally because I'm just testing stuff out. Just testing stuff out. It's like a social experiment. You know what I mean? It's like a social experiment because it will show us what it is that fuels the conversation more. Period. Brown Bunny says the girls are going to gag. I'm afraid. I'm afraid they're going to gag. Oh, Linda Poppy. Thank you for becoming a member, sweetie. Yeah, Lidovina, you got to do it like a soap opera, the drama, the exaggeration, the show. That's the thing. And here's the thing that people don't understand. I mean, I deliver a show. I entertain you guys. I mean, it's all for fun. Don't take yourselves too seriously. I sure don't. So it's kind of funny to me when people like get really angry at me and then they go on the Purse Forum or Reddit or some weird places and then they're like, oh my God, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. And I read these comments, I'm like, I mean, yeah, feel free to hate on me as much as you want, but that's like not really who I am. So you're misinformed, you misunderstood me, and I'm living rent-free in your head, and you keep talking about me on other social media platforms. Yay! I guess that helps the channel grow. Period, right, Paulo? Yeah, I agree with you. Something finally disruptive in the luxury industry. I find it entertaining and interesting to talk about, for sure. And I'm also experimenting, like I said, different deliveries to talk about the same topic, but deliver it in different ways. What sort of outcome does it give us? What sort of intel does it give us? What do we learn from this? For me, that is, I mean, maybe it's a little bit of a nerdy thing to do, but for me, it's super interesting to see like how is it going to go? What's the outcome going to be? Well, I'll keep you posted because we're going to post a video soon. And then I'll get the reactions. I mean, you can read all the comments yourself, obviously, or yourselves. You can go underneath that video and check out how are the comments going to be. But yeah, Alphabet Song, that's the thing. It is awful. It's awful fun and it's entertainment. Everything is all alleged and nothing is ruled in truth or fact, period. But also, it's like, does this really make you so angry? Like, is this all you have going for yourself that something like these TikTok videos from China factories trigger you? Like, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, who cares? Like, people got so triggered that they jumped over to all of us content creators' channels, you know, channels. We're like, haha, you fools, you baboons. We always knew you were all fake idiots. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, okay, I get it, Smurfette. Okay. No, not our Smurfette from the chat, but you know. I'm like, girl, I get it. I get you're like, you don't like us. You're jelly. You're envious for whatever reason. Okay, well, then do something about it. Fix your life, make your life better. You got issues. I'm not the cause of your problems, you know. You got to focus your anger. You got to focus your disappointment in society with the right authorities that can change something, that can change the laws, that can make your life better. That's where you should focus all of your frustrations, not on some Oompa Loompa content creator who has a co-host, which is this Birkin, and the Birkin hates me. The Birkin always tells me, yo paw. And I'm like, yeah, okay, fine. It's my personal Anna Delvey right next to me. No, but that's the thing. And then, you know, I'm totally fine with being called the Dollar Tree vampire. But you see, that's the difference between me and you. Not you now in the chats, but I'm talking about a hypothetical you. I don't mind. And I don't take it seriously when people think that they're dragging me through the mud by saying, look at Dollar Tree, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to feel offended now? Because you're like hurting me by claiming that Dollar Tree. I love the Dollar Tree. Love it. I love buying stuff at the Dollar Tree, especially for Halloween. Love the Dollar Tree. Not so much now after all their price increases, but still love me a good Dollar Tree. And just like I love Hermès and Chanel. Just because they have different price categories doesn't mean I respect them any less or I dislike their design efforts. They all have the right place in time and space in my life. And I appreciate them. So this thing that you thought was this big read, you look like Dollar Tree trash. I'm like, thank you for the compliment. I love the Dollar Tree. Actually, Dollar Tree, if you're listening, would you care to sponsor me? I would love that. Oh my God, I see the whole thing coming. The Dollar Tree can sponsor me for Halloween, and I could dress up as a vampire and go to Dollar Tree and make a nice video and post it on my channel and tell everybody to go shopping for Halloween at the Dollar Tree. Are you kidding me? I would love that. I would do it straight away in a jiffy. In a jiffy. So, you know, like seriously. There you go. Gummy's gonna take a Dollar Tree stroll right now. Little luxuries. I love it. They also had a gorgeous collection for Valentine's Day. And then for Easter with all the beautiful pastels. Now they're kind of getting in their summer collection, but pretty soon they're gonna start stocking Halloween stuff again. So I'm gonna go and start filming their Halloween collection again. And I post that on Totally Dacob. By the way, go subscribe to Totally Dacob, my pop culture YouTube channel, where I talk about stuff like this, Halloween, toys, movies. Check it out. Oh, Troy G, thank you.
Troy G donated $15. Dacob, if a bag is mostly made in let's say Italy but finished in France, would they put a made in France stamp because the final product was finished in France?
Hold on, I'll tell you in just a second. Let me just write your name. Troy G. Thank you so much, sweetie. Let me answer your question. Let me just first put your token into our legal fund treasure chest. Oh, Battle Frankie. Yes, I have Totally Dacob for pop culture and Essentially Dacob for perfume reviews. So be sure to subscribe to both. Thank you so much, guys. So here's the thing. I mean, when it comes to brands like who does France and Italy, it's the big ones. It's Dior, it's Chanel, it's Hermès, it's Louis Vuitton. So depending on the laws of the country, but usually laws say that if a bag gets shipped to France, it cannot be called made in France. Only raw materials that are not yet a bag. Okay? So, if you have assembled the bag in Italy, the bag will say made in Italy. Chanel bags say made in Italy when the bag is made in Italy. When it's made in Spain, Chanel bags or small leather goods state very clearly made in Spain. They have started making camellias in Germany lately. Well, since a couple of years now. Some of their camellias are actually made in Germany. They will say made in Germany, not made in France. So, if you have assembled that bag in Italy, but you want to send it off to France to add some application like pearls on it, the assembly was already made in Italy. So it's a made in Italy bag, not a made in France bag. But also these major houses, they put a lot of pride also in their Italian manufacturing. Like I said in my prior videos, the cashmere that Chanel does, their classic cashmere sweaters that they have every season, they're made in the United Kingdom. They're made in Scotland because Scotland has really good cashmere manufacturing. So they manufacture, actually, for the most part, they also manufacture the cashmere in Scotland, and then they create the threads, they create the cashmere wools, and then they knit it all, then they cut it, and they assemble it in the United Kingdom. Then they ship those sweaters or cardigans across all of the Chanel boutiques to sell them, if the Chanel boutique ordered them, and you're going to have a label on it. It's going to say made in the United Kingdom, for example. Zeitgeist, what about hardware? hardware are raw materials that are not yet a bag. So if you are making your bag in France, you're assembling the bag in France, you might order a metal component from China. You might receive a screw, like your screws that you use to assemble the turn lock. The screws, you're ordering them from somewhere. They might be ordered from some metal manufacturer in France, but they might also be ordered from a metal manufacturer in China. So you get your screws, which are hardware, delivered from China. You get your chain locks, not just a turn lock, but your chains, just the actual chains delivered from China. That's a possibility. If you just add hardware in France, if you add hardware in France on a product that is already a bag, that doesn't make it made in France. That doesn't make the bag made in France. So you cannot just say the whole bag was shipped from China. All I have to do now in the bag without the hardware. The bag has been stitched together in China and then sent to France. And then in France, all we do is add the turn lock. You can't say it's made in France. That's not enough to say it's made in France. No. The product, if the product is already a bag and that bag was made in China and all you do in France is add the turn lock, no, you cannot say made in France because the bag was not made in France. So, are we clear on that, everybody? Halloween is the best holiday. I completely agree with you. Like, are we clear on that? So what would be needed? You have to add lining, hardwares, assemble the pieces in France, like all of it. Well, this wasn't very clear. I need more explanation. If the final substantial assembly happens in France and adds significant value, that could qualify as made in France. Okay, what's this? The music started? Oh, Troy G just gifted 5 Super Dacob memberships. Ingrid Davis was gifted a membership by Troy G. Leo was gifted a membership by Troy G. Piotr S was gifted a membership by Troy G. Ashley Casey was gifted a membership by Troy G. OK was gifted a membership by Troy G. Thank you so much, Troy G, for gifting the memberships, and welcome to all the new Tier 1 members. Start using your special limited edition membership emojis now. Start using them now. Sorry, I missed that one, but no, we played it now. There you go. So yeah, Battle Frankie says, so essentially, the cow doesn't have to be born in France, right? Look, the cow is born where it's born, honey. You can't tell a cow where to give birth. When the cow is ready to give birth, it gives birth. Period. Period. That's how it goes, baby. So, now, let's talk about Louis Vuitton, yeah? Do we have any pitches for this? No. Hi, guys. Okay, let's film this. So let me check what I got in here, what I got. Oh, all I got in my bag was another price increase. Oh, Louis. Seriously, boo? We're so over you. A little rhyme. We're going to talk about the Louis Vuitton price increase that just happened in the US. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky Luigi Vuitton, eh? Ma che fai, amo? Okay, let's talk about it, shall we? So, Louis Vuitton just snuck up on us a price increase. Now, Hermès, if you remember, I just talked about this a couple of days ago, they announced very transparently and fairly to their customers. They said, look, you guys, on the 1st of May, we will increase all our prices in the US 10%. We have increased our yearly price increases for Hermès products already at the beginning of the year of 2025, as we do every year, almost every year. And that was like a 6 to 8% price increase. But now, thanks to the tariffs, we're going to have to increase another 10% because our stuff is coming from Europe to the US. We are not going to increase anywhere else in the world the price for a second time this year, but only in the US. You're welcome. Okay, but you have a couple of weeks' time to buy whatever you need to buy. We are letting you know so that it doesn't feel as bad. Well, thank you, Hermès, for being so transparent. And Hermès, to be honest, also announces their price increases at the end of the year. Every year, they say, we're going to have another. We're announcing that at the beginning of the next year, we will have a price increase this much, blah, blah, blah. They're very transparent about that. Other brands don't do that. Other brands, they just, on the day of the price increase, you go to the shop and you think to yourself, wait, this wasn't the price yesterday. And then the sales associates say, oh yeah, we just had a price increase this morning. Would you like a coffee? Oh girl, the hysteria. So anyway, we're at a position right now where Louis Vuitton, yesterday, as I'm filming this video now, end of April, they just like snuck up a price increase, like between 3 and 6% price increase. By the way, everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's a legend, just my opinion. Subscribe and thumb up the video. Let's get to 100K. Thank you guys so much. So, a lot of people are complaining. And also they're writing me. They're like, Dacob, oh no, I was thinking of buying like a perfume at Louis Vuitton, but now like it's like $20, $30, $40 more expensive all of a sudden. Yeah. That's what Louis Vuitton does. And I don't know if you guys remember, but during the pandemic, when people were not traveling and had a little bit extra cash from jobs because they weren't eating out, they weren't spending money on going to the movies, going to the pub, going on holidays, that extra cash, a lot of people spent it ordering online stuff from Louis Vuitton, from Dior, what have you, right? So Louis Vuitton was increasing their prices very aggressively, in my opinion, during the lockdown years, because they saw a lot of people were buying, right? They're like, ooh, they got greedy. And they started really upping those prices. I mean, it was insanity. And when they were asked about the aggressive price increases, they used to say, well, you know, we have to increase them because the supply chain has been broken because of COVID and there was a lot of issues with the raw materials. Everything has become more expensive. I'm like, yeah, except the pandemic has been over since many years, but you still kept increasing your prices aggressively. What's your excuse now? And you guys, it's even worse. It's even worse than you think, because I have a theory. So two things, and we're going to get back to my theory about Louis Vuitton. Let me lift a little something from Louis. Here we have one of my favorite items that I use the most from Louis Vuitton is the toiletry pouch 15. But before we talk about the theory that I have on what Louis Vuitton is up to, I want to go to Chanel first, because those are the epitome of luxury brands. It's going to be Chanel, LVMH with Louis Vuitton and Dior, and then Hermès. That's the trifecta or quadrifecta. So Hermès told us we're going to have a price increase. They were very clear about it, but you have some time to buy whatever you need to buy before the price increase. Great. Louis Vuitton snuck up on us a price increase without telling us anything, 4 to 8% or 4 to 6%. And then we have Chanel. Now, here's the thing. I am worried that Chanel will follow suit in America. Chanel has not announced anything yet, though, and this is very, very troublesome. When Chanel doesn't talk, that's when you should get worried. When they get very, very silent, that's when you should get worried. And I am worried. So, I cannot guarantee that they're going to have a price increase, but I think they're going to do a tariff price increase. So I'm just warning you now. I'm not telling you it's going to happen for sure, but seeing that Hermès is doing it, Louis just did it, Chanel is not going to be there sitting like, well, we're not going to do, okay, we're going to do it too. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to do it too because they did it, so why wouldn't we? So I'm just saying, if there's like something you really want from Chanel, like let's say a perfume, their Les Exclusives are masterpieces. I love them to bits. They are my favorite perfumes in the whole wide world. But they are extremely expensive, and the price at the moment is already, in America, the Les Exclusives cost $100 to $200 to $300 more than they cost in Europe. This is before the tariffs. Now imagine if Chanel ups these another 10% in May. Girl, bah, no. There's like not, it ain't happening. I mean, I'm not gonna buy their full-blown bottles. Like I'll find a way to go, to Europe or to Canada or to Japan and get them cheaper. But like buying them in America is already now no longer really sustainable. If they add another 10% on top, c'est la vie. But I'm just saying, I am worried. So I'm thinking, if there's a perfume you really like from their Les Exclusives, get it now before they just ploop, pull a 10%er on us overnight. It's insanity because Chanel already increased their prices 8 to 10% in February. On the 1st of February in the US, they upped their prices. Okay. So, you know what I mean? Like they're not supposed to up their prices now again, but they're gonna maybe, I'm speculating here only. Chanel has proven me always to be greedy. So not me, themselves being greedy, in my humble opinion. So I'm not holding my breath and for, being surprised by Chanel. Like the only luxury brand that didn't increase their prices because of tariffs is Chanel. That would be amazing. I would love them to finally accept the fact that their prices are so high anyway. Like they're already so beyond any reasonable pricing that, trust you me, people, even if the company absorbed the 10% price increase for the tariffs, if they absorbed it internally, they would still make a huge profit, ginormous profit. So I think it's just ludicrous to tell the customer, we're going to pass these 10% on to you. You're already making bank and then some on us consumers. If you absorbed within the company that 10%, you would still make bank and then some on your customers. And the question is, which I already asked myself in my Hermès video about the price increase, or the 10% tariff increase that they're going to pass on to us consumers, only in the US, nowhere else in the world, by the way. I asked myself, so what happens if, let's say, the tariffs go back and the 10% is taken off? Will Hermès then say, okay, we're going to lower our prices 10% again after the tariffs are gone? Or are they going to keep that 10% on top of the 6 to 8% that they already had at the beginning of the year? That's also a question that I have for them. But now back to Louis Vuitton. Like I told you, I have a theory. Why did Louis Vuitton increase their prices so sneakily just last night? Well, yesterday. Well, as I'm filming the video now. When you watch this video, it's going to be a couple of days. But you know what I'm saying. Why did they not say anything? And I'm telling you, these price increases that they had were very, very sneaky. And I say price increases in plural because not every item received the same price increase quantity, and some items did not even receive any price increase. So some items would go up in price $10, $20, $40, $50, $60, $200, $250. Like some items went up in price, you know what I mean? Like you wouldn't really notice it, like $5. Like what the hell is that? You know, something that cost $700 is now $705. But some stuff went up $200. But they didn't announce it. It just happened overnight. My theory is, and we know that Louis Vuitton or LVMH has had a terrible year last year, and then beginning of this year, their first quarterly earning report has shown yet another losing in margins and profits. So I think that they snuck in this price increase because they want to maximize their profits, hoping that not too many people are going to make a buzz about it. And then in May, when Hermès does their tariff 10% price increase, I think they're going to do a 10%er on top of what they just increased now, yesterday. This is my theory. I wouldn't pass it by them because they have shown me to be so disgustingly greedy that I have a sneaky suspicion that the price increase we got yesterday is going to get another 10%er when the tariffs kick in. And that's the one they're going to claim officially, we had to do the 10% because of the tariffs. I'm like, yeah, but what about that 6% you did 2 weeks ago? What? Who? What? Who did? What price? I don't know. I don't know. Linda, did we have a price increase 2 weeks ago? Linda. And then Linda comes in, what? What, Dacob, what? Did we have a price increase? I don't know. Ask Margaret. Margaret, did we have a price increase 2 weeks ago? It's nobody's fault. Nobody, I don't know. I don't know. That's the attitude I'm getting. It's like total frickin' mafia vibes. You know what I mean? It is such a scam. Allegedly, of course. But I'm so sick and tired of it. I was contemplating getting a Louis Vuitton perfume with the Takashi Murakami prints on it. They went up in price yesterday. And because of the Takashi Murakami prints, that bottle already cost more than the same exact bottle without the Takashi Murakami print. So let that sink in. So I was already ready to pay extra to get the print. But now they upped that price again. I'm like, no, we're done. Thank you, Linda. You can keep your perfume. Linda Vuitton. So what do you guys think? I mean, am I crazy to think that they might do a double price increase within 2 to 3 weeks, Louis Vuitton? And do you think that Chanel is going to have a price increase as well for the tariffs? Let me know down below. And subscribe. Let's get to 100K. Never give up on love. Bye. I don't know. I'm telling you guys. Something is rotten in the steak of death. In the steak, in the state of Denmark.
The voice of truth and reason. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Linda Poppy. Listen, Linda. Linda. P-O-P-P-E. Gotcha on the coin, on the golden coin. Thank you for the legal fund support, Linda Poppy. Oh man, Mary Smart says those are great odds, right? Battle Frankie says, I've no doubt Louis Vuitton is hyenas about to try. I mean, I am worried, y'all. 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 Anyway, so, okay. Now, are we going to film the House of Gucci? No, that was just a talk, I think. Just talk, yeah. Because nobody's going to watch. Nobody's going to, yeah. So, I have news. Actually, hold on a second. Hold on. Oh, Hannah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Anna donated $15. Dacob another great stream, but I have to sleep now. Will definitely finish tomorrow. All the best, Anna.
Thank you so much, Hannah. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, finish it tomorrow. The stream or whenever you wake up or back from work. Hi, Polyhesta. Oh, you just got to school? Fabulous. Breaking news. So for those of you who have unfortunately gone through the torture of having to watch that monstrosity of a movie, The House of Gucci, actually they should rename that movie to The House of Russian Gucci, we got breaking news. In actual reality, the hitman who unalived the fashion icon Maurizio Gucci, he was let out of prison a short while ago. Well, he shot his son in the face. Yeah. He was in prison for like 18 years and then they let him go a little bit early. And the first thing he does on Easter, he shoots his son in the face. Well, there you go. Maybe some people should not leave prison. How about that, y'all? So, and then after he shoots his son in the face, he turns the gun on himself after an Easter argument. Oh, good old Italy. Now, can you believe? So his name is Benedetto Ceraulo. He's 63 years old. He was hosting his family at his Pisa home in Italy for the Easter holidays when the shocking attempted filicide occurred, according to Italian newspaper La Stampa. A family broke out on Tuesday, which escalated when the high-fashion hitman allegedly resolved the issue, could you imagine, by firing a small-caliber pistol into the face of Gaetano Ceraulo. Yeah. A family argument broke out. A family argument. And the best way he could think of resolving the family argument was to pull out a gun and shoot his son. Like right after he came out of prison? Girl. Okay. Well, Ceraulo then turned the pistol on himself in the front garden of Santa Maria a Monte. In an apparent attempt to unalive himself, according to local reports. Now, the son is okay. I have to be careful what I say. So even though he has a hole in his face, he walked all the way to a local bar where they saw him and everybody got shocked. And they called an ambulance and he was taken to hospital and he seems to be okay. Now, the father, on the other hand, he is in critical condition because we don't know if he's going to make it through. Now, Patrizia Reggiani, who was married to Maurizio Gucci, she was the one who hired Ceraulo to unalive Maurizio, right? And she also ended up in prison, but she was also let go earlier than her time was up. So she's also free now. Her daughter, during the entire time while she was in prison, her daughter wrote a book about how her mother was innocent. Her daughter claimed how the justice system is terrible. Her daughter started studying law just to be more knowledgeable about the law so she can defend the mother. She was always saying, like, all of those years, like the 18 years the mother was in prison, or how many ever years the mother was in prison, she was like going to the news, giving interviews. She wrote a book about how it's not true, how her mother is not guilty. All this for her mother, after like 18 years, to tell her, listen, Linda, should I say it with a Russian accent like Gaga did when she tried to sound Italian but couldn't sound Italian to save her life? So Patrizia was like, listen, honey, I know you love your mom and like love that for you, but like mama's got news for you, baby. Mama's got news for you. Mama actually did hire the guy. Oopsie. So the mother told the daughter, like, no, it was me. I hired him. Yeah. So what do we have for dinner? Should mama make you a little pastelette? Little, fusilli, lasagna? Huh? What do you want, sweetie? Now that we cleared
Bring
that
home
up.
the bacon.
Now that mama cleared that up, let's make dinner. So anyway, Alex, no, I didn't sound, but Gaga did. So the top 10 betrayals. Hi, foodie on the go. Love you too, sweetie. Love you, Dacob. Oh, love you too. Hi. So there you go. It did sound Russian, says Corinne, right? Isn't Gaga Italian? No, Gaga's just a scammer. If that's a nationality, if that's a nationality of a country, she would be the president, allegedly. So anyway, we'll go. Please don't get me started on her. Ugh, can't stand her. So anyway, we'll go. Siobhan, all right, you're Italian. Actually, what does Mari say? Yes, the queen, honey. The princess, the queen, the priestess, the high priestess. Period. In one of the after shows, I shared what I finally found the video, the snippet of a live stream where Jasmine Masters spoke openly about why she thinks that, Gaga is not good for people. I have the receipts. I don't know if that live stream is still online from Jasmine Masters, but I have that snippet. So I'm not crazy. I remembered I had it somewhere and I was looking for it for years and I finally found the snippet and I showed it to Mahora and Mahora's like, oh, damn, yeah, period. I know some people love her. It's okay. Let's not get into a battle. Look, NY Fu says I love Gaga, giving her the love she deserves. And that is fair. Mahed, hi Dacob, I love that bracelet. Très grand modèle, Chaine d'encre. I have this on my wish list. Which size for your wrist? So today I'm wearing two different ones. So I have the little tiny one with the thing, the stiff one, size large. This is a très grand modèle. I think this is a size 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I have my length is 12 links. 12. Très grand modèle, 12. Here I go with Jen. Hi, Dacob. We look great. Hope all is well. Thank you. Yeah, we're still in the legal battle, but we're battling through it. Thank you for asking. Thank you. I hope you're well too. Oh my God, cinnamon roll. Now, just the fact that she thinks she can act. Ooh, the shade, right? Cha. Acting should not be in her vocabulary. NY Food, don't worry, babes. I have no beef with who loves Gaga. Mahora loves her too. Mahora is like one of my best friends, so absolutely no issues. That's why we live in this free world, right? It's amazing. We can just like love and hate like whoever we want of these starlets and wannabe celebrities, and it's okay. We can love each other, but despise them. Oh, Ingrid, I do like the stiff one. I've had this one, oh gosh, over 10 years now. I think I've had it for about 10 years. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. The cuff, the stiff one, yes. Stiff one, the cuff, yeah. It's the stiff one. Because it's stiff because you can see when you take it off, it has this shape. It doesn't move, you know? That's the shape. Yeah. So this is a large. They also have a medium. I don't know if they have a small. Maybe they only have small and large. Maybe there's no medium. Yeah, LG. Yeah, mine is stamped with LG. Large, yeah. It's still tiny even though it's large. Yeah, it's the cuff. The cuff. Yeah. That's the cuff one, the cuff, and then this is the loosey-goosey one. Yes, Cecilia Brown, we all like a stiff one. Oh my God, here we go. Well, anyway, that was the breaking news. Also, so yeah, so we didn't film that one because whatever. It wasn't a filmable topic anyway, wasn't it? I mean, oh my God, we have more breaking news. Valentino's sales drop 22%. Kering purchased a ton of stock from Valentino about a year or two ago and has an option to buy out the entire company by 2028, but they're not very happy with the numbers. Sales dropping 22% in 2024 is bad, especially considering that Alessandro Michele just took over. Wouldn't you hope that the sales would do a little bit better now that Alessandro Michele is at the helm? Anya is asking, they had sales? The shade. Yeah, I know, right? What do you know? Yeah, 22%. It's relatively tragic, you guys, because, I mean, that's a lot of money to be lost. 22% profit drop in 2024. Can you believe? But they have one positive side to all of this, and that is that their e-commerce did 5% plus. So the e-commerce online shop grew a little bit, but it's still not a lot compared to the general overall loss of sales. So I don't know how they're going to handle this in the future. And I don't know if Alessandro Michele was the right choice for Valentino. Like, ugh. Here I go. Jen says 22%. That is a huge loss for any company. Alex says, to be honest, the last time I heard about Valentino was because of their battle against Mario Valentino. Well, and also, I mean, we did review the Haute Couture collection, the first Valentino by Alessandro Michele Haute Couture collection. We reviewed it on my channel, and I thought it was a nice collection. But we also reviewed the Pret-a-Porter collection. Sarah Steele is like, not bothered, right? Oh, well. I mean, there you go. So that was the breaking news. Sad, but it is what it is. The end of luxury. It's another end of luxury comment, you know? Also, I want to talk about a trend for 2025. And I gotta say, I am really riding that trend. I'm on top of that trend. So many articles have been written about the biggest trend in 2025. Any guesses what that is? If anybody in the comments can try to guess. What the trend is. Labubu's, says Polly S. No. Alex says, is it recession core? No. Here I go, just a bag charms again? No. Silvana Panzano says bloomer shorts. No. Alphabet Song actually quiet luxury. No. Finley says denim. No. Jackie says Trader Joe's. No. Polyhesta says flip-flops. No. T-Pal says healthy eating. No. Gloria says trying to survive is the trend. Well, that's always the trend, but no. Sarah S says skinny jeans. Bombshell says denim. Caro says a no-buy year. Polya says ridiculous mustaches. Kimberly says suede. Aish says wearing au sauvage. Bombshell says crochet. Alex says, is it fake bags off DHgate? Alphabet Song says Freddy Krueger gloves. Polyhesta says good mental health. Fake eggs for Easter, says Anya. Fran1 says hi. Oh, hi, sweetie. Meanness, says Finley. Alphabet Song says hoarding food and weapons. God, you guys. Face huggers, says Tian. I would love a face hugger year. Love me some Alien. More athleisure, says Gloria. Stanley Cups, says Linda. No. If you seek Amy Boots, says Brown Bunny. Chat, wait, let me scroll up. Electric car, says T-Pal. Looking like a pimp? No, let me go up. I was looking for who said mustache? Polly S said ridiculous mustaches. Polly S. Polly S also says becoming an American expat in Europe is a trend. Looking like a pimp, says Lidovina. Layoffs. Tactical gear, says Sarah. No. Give us a hint, says Hopeful Minimalist. The hint was Polly S kind of guessed it. The ridiculous mustaches, not mustaches per se, but hair. Hair is the biggest trend in 2025. Well, look at me being on trend with my huge hair. Look at me being on trend for once. Hair. Tons of hair. Hair. Many designers are making like hair clips out of hair. Many are making different wigs, wiglets. Many are making clothes, entire clothes out of hair. Julia Fox was seen on the red carpet at the Vanity Fair after Oscar party in 2025 wearing an outfit by a Turkish designer that made her look like La Venere di Milo or something from Botticelli. And she had this sheer outfit with a lot of hair attached to it. It looked like her hair was extended into the dress. Schiaparelli did for Maggie Gyllenhaal for the red carpets of some event, a tie which was made out of braided hair, like hair incorporated in furniture, hair incorporated in clothing, hair incorporated in accessories, and hair incorporated in hair. Just letting it grow long. There you go. Brown Bunny says Turkish Airlines are booked, Henny. Booked, I'm telling you. JRB says hair incorporated in food, usually in restaurants where they don't wear those little caps, those little hats. Then you're going to find some hair in your food as well, most luckily. Cousin It. Hair is amazing. Stian, yes, Cousin It is the trend this year. You guys, it's all about the hair. There you go. Polyhesta says, I was thinking about buying a hat that had a high ponytail for the opera this weekend. Well, there you go. Ah, there you go. Reese's Pieces says, my ex-DIL creates art with hair on canvas. Sarah Steele says, in furniture, already have it. Thanks, cats. You're on trend, Sarah. You are on trend. Thanks to your cats, you are on trend. Mary Smart, they have run out of ideas. Officially. Zeitgeist, both man-made hair, natural and artificial. Oh, Alex says, my grandma back in the day had a chignon made out of her own hair. I can't remember which decade. Oh, that's fabulous. You know, I was also thinking of cutting my hair because it's so hard to maintain. Cutting it and let somebody make a wig out of my own hair, and I have my own wig out of my own long hair forever. And it'll never turn white either once you cut it. JRB says, now you can sell your hair to pay legal fees. Yeah, right? Right after I sell my Birkin, now I should sell my hair. I should sell everything, right? There you go. Jackie's happy to be out of trend for this. Well, you have hair too, Jax. You're the trend of the short hair. And actually, I've seen TikTok video couple been using horsehair on walls to insulate. Oh, yeah. There you go. Oh, Stian. Oh, that's very generous of you. Donated yours to cancer patients. Hi, Elizabeth Brown. Yeah, I made the live. You inspired me. Hey, sweetie, how's it going? Oh, Alex, I can't go platinum again with long hair because my hair would break. I have very thin hair, so if I were to bleach my hair this length, it would break. You can't, it's too long to bleach because you would have to do it in different sections and the bleach would cross over at a certain point. They would break. You can't do, I can only cut it short and then I can bleach it, but if it's this long, no. This is my natural color, by the way. Ash blonde, they call it. Even though it doesn't look like ash blonde on camera, this is ash blonde. The smidge of red. Horsehair is used in many things, including underpinning in haute. Dark ash blonde, says T-Pal. There you go. Oh, Elizabeth Brown bought her first Chanel perfume. I love it. Congratulations, Elizabeth. May you use it in good health, as they say. Kimberly says, I have the same natural color. Yeah, you know, whatever. We zip it and we zoo it, you know. I don't have any highlights, no. No highlights either. Oh, Alex, don't be envious of hair, of anything. It's toxic. It's toxic. Envy is toxic. You're going to hurt your liver. Horsehairs. Do you have a favorite Chanel is exclusive? Well, a JRB, you should actually check out my perfume channel, Essentially Dacob. I just a short while ago posted my top 5 Les Exclusives perfumes. I redid that video. And I just posted a couple of days ago, so go check that out if you want to know all the details about my favorites. Oh, Jane, thank you. You have beautiful hair. It doesn't look thin at all. Thank you so much. Well, people make fun of me, you know, the homophobes make fun of me. They're like, oh, you have long hair. You're a woman. You're a woman. Why are you a bearded lady? You're a bearded lady. You're a bearded lady. How dare you be a bearded lady? Are you a man with long hair or a woman with a beard? It's so funny. I'm like, just look at Jesus. Jesus had a beard and long hair. Would you ask Jesus if he was a woman? I don't think so. So anyway, Sunset, your hair is fabulous always. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. There you go. Vikings used to have long hair, for goodness sake, right? Yes, they did. And gorgeous braids too. Gorgeous braids. You know, anyway, Lisa Alexandra says, hair looking gorgeous. Thank you. Tipa says, I always struggle with going between shoulder length hair and long hair. I grow it out, then cut it all off. My tribal people say it's because I have trauma. Oh, well, do you know what trauma you have? Or is it like a secret? You don't know yet. Still love Chanel number 19, says Linda, reminds me of my mother, her fave. I adore Chanel number 19. Love it. Love it. Yeah, Jesus, girl. I have a question for you, right, Rob Bunny? Oh my God, Anya is like, some of us women have beards. That's okay too. Carlos Illustrated says, was not that the same thing that happened when he joined Gucci? Was not that the same thing that happened when Alessandro Michele joined Gucci? I don't know. No, when Alessandro Michele joined Gucci, their money went up. And then it started going down, and that's why they let him go. I think that's why they let him go, because the sales were not there anymore. But the sales are terrible at the moment. Now they're even worse than when he was there. So good luck to Gucci, you know. Zeitgeist says, how did it happen anyway? When did men stop having long hair? Men didn't stop having long hair. I'm a man. I have long hair. Oh, yeah, Alex, wear a wig. Yeah, bring back wigs for men. I love that. Lots of men still wear long hair, by the way, guys. I just think a lot of men don't have the time to take care of it. It's high maintenance. Like having long hair is not easy. You have to take care of it. It's a lot of work. So I think a lot of people, just the way that lives are being led today, people don't have the time. They just need a quick shower and done. No time to dry the hair, you know. Alex says long hair and wigs became associated with the Ancien Régime after the French Revolution, so hair became shorter. Well, it became longer again after that. I mean, plus they'd had short hair underneath the wigs, so they had short hair under the wigs anyway. I mean, um, thank you, T-Pal. Dacob is grounded. The hair grounds him. He's stable in his manhood. It does kind of ground me. I mean, when I have short hair, I do feel more ditzy. It's such a weird thing that T-Pal said this because the long hair kind of sets me, it roots me. They also say some people are much more light than others. Like, for example, on their feet, they're much lighter on their feet. I'm the type of person that I need heavier shoes to ground me, while some people need very light shoes and they still feel very grounded. But I can't do very heavy shoes long term because then my hip starts hurting. So I do the light shoes whenever I can. But whenever I wear light shoes, I don't feel very grounded to the floor. Some people are very grounded to the floor even with light sneakers because it's in their nature to be grounded. But I'm like floating up there all the time. So it's a thing. It's really a thing. Look it up. Shaban says, it's hard for me to let go of length sometimes. It definitely acts as a security blanket to cover you. Yeah. Oh, Shaban says, I did a pixie twice, but never want to again. Long hair is classic. A lot of handsome men just like Dacob have long hair. Oh, thank you. And I'm obsessed with it, just saying. Oh, man, thank you. Thank you so much because, I mean, people usually, I don't get compliments for my hair. Usually people just, throw shade at me, the F word, you know. But I'm like, I'm very comfortable in my sexuality, you guys. I don't have any imbalances there. The long hair, for me, it doesn't feel like a gender thing at all. It just, like T-Pal said, it feels like it's just very grounding. But having said that, there are days it drives me nuts because it gets oily really soon. And then I'm like, ugh, you gotta wash it. That takes 2 hours. So I might just wake up one day and be like so done with it and just chop it off and cut it off. It's a possibility. That might happen too. But, we'll see. Liz M says, long or short hair depends on your field of work. Of course, anyone can wear their hair as they please, but sometimes work defines it. So true. Very, very true. Linda Puppy, dry shampoo doesn't work on me. It just makes it more oily. Terrible. It just does not work. Sad, but true. Hey, I got another tidbit of news for you. Alligators have apparently become much more clever. They're like velociraptors in Jurassic Park. Did you guys know that alligators are apparently much more clever than we thought they were? Hold on, you guys. Alligators. Alligators in Florida. Where else? What do we call it? The Floridian audacity. The Floridian audacity. So alligators in Florida have developed a brain much more intelligent than we thought they were. Alphabet Song, alligators committing identity fraud now? That would probably be the next step. But bombshell, you guessed it. Alligators rang the doorbell. Let me show you a picture. And the picture is credit to the owner. I don't know who it is. This is a security camera. So here are two alligators. They walked onto the patio, the porch of the house, and this one is at the door. Like Onijah Robinson would say, what are you doing? I'm chilling. This one was chilling, waiting for his homie to do this. Let me show you the next picture. There it is, the alligator. You see, I can't with my finger, and my finger disappears in the alligator. It jumped up and rang the doorbell. It knew exactly where to ring the doorbell. It rang the doorbell, and then it went down again, and both of them just stood there waiting for the person to open the door. Alphabet Song says, that is not an alligator. That's just a regular senior Floridian that never used sunscreen. Oh my God. No, here I go again. They did not ring and run. They rang and stayed. Now, people are speculating that they rang the doorbell in the hopes that the person will open the door so they can attack the person and eat the person. I have a sneaky suspicion that this person has been feeding the alligators. So they know, they come here, ring the doorbell, the person comes out and gives them a snack. And they know. And they come for their little snacky. And then they go back to the swamp. But we don't know. We don't know. But then there's another video of people talking about what crocodiles, I think, or alligators. I think they have crocodiles in India. Was it in India? I think it was in India. And this one is really crazy. So people are saying, yeah, can I pet the dog? This is really cute. We don't have a screenshot of that, I don't think. Oh man, that was so cute. So the crocodiles in India are attacking people swimming in the water. So people don't want to swim in the water. So the alligators or the crocodiles, I don't know if they have crocodiles or alligators there, they have learned to trick people to go into the water. So what do? They turn upside down, belly up. I mean, it's actually really cute. I saw the video. So the crocodile is underneath the water and it puts its little paw out of the water and it wiggles it like this. It tries to mimic a person drowning. Let that sink in. The alligator is doing this motion out of the water like, oh, help, save me. So that somebody would look into the distance and think there's a person drowning. And then you would jump in to try to save them. And then the croc would flip, snap ya, and you're good to go. I mean, yeah, terrifying, yes, but also really cute because they have the cutest, tiniest little fingers. They got these little miniature tiny fingers. And when I saw the video, I was like, oh my God, that is so adorable. These tiny little chubby hand poking out of the water, moving its fingers. It was so cute. So that's the news from Florida. Oh, Finley says that might also attract birds who think their claws are fish jumping out of the water. It's a possibility. So yeah, so they're getting mighty clever. Look at that alligator. Just like because he rang the doorbell, he or she, they, them there, rang the doorbell, and then went down again. And look, they're looking at the door. They're waiting for the door to open. They know what they're doing. Okay, they have evolved. There's a reason why alligators have been around for millions of years. They've never gone extinct. They will outlive us all. I'm telling you. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Yeah, Finley says, I just think it's funny that they're a pair, like Lucy and Ethel. Yeah, they always go together. They're like homies. And they just, yeah, they always do stuff together. They're best friends. Yeah, they're best of friends. Smarter than the majority of humans. Yeah, and then this one is just like chilling and waiting. This one knows that this one is going to ring the doorbell. And this one is just like, okay, I'm just going to wait here for the snack. They are cute though. I love how the little head is like looking upwards, like, so when are they going to open the door? When are they going to open the door? When are they going to open the door? Yeah, they did stand up on the tail to ring the doorbell. They did, yeah. Alligatocracy. Love that, Alex. The alligators are going to take over Florida. Open up. I know you're in there, says Brown Bunny. Yeah. Isn't that funny? Oh, man. Bombshell says they should learn to write and have some signs. I be watching them. What do you want? No treats today. Oh, yeah, you should like put a paper on the door. Cecilia says, I wonder what they're given for a snack. A pet dog? Well, it is Florida after all. Who knows? A pet dog? An infant? I mean, you never know with Florida. You never know. So anyway, there's that. Oh my God, did you? Look, I got poverty. I got poverty breaking news. Well, wouldn't you know it? Walmart. Just when we thought that Walmart could not stoop or sink any lower, what does Walmart do? Walmart just introduced in some of the US states and in some of their stores a new rule. They're charging you for self-checkout. Now, I don't even know what to say anymore. So, first of all, they wanted to educate the consumer to do self-checkout so that they don't have to pay people at the cash registers anymore. The whole deal was for them to maximize profits. You educate the consumer to do the job of a cashier register person. So we are the dumb bimbos who end up doing the cash registers because we do self-checkout. Well, now in some Walmarts, if you want to do self-checkout, you have to have the yearly, like Amazon has Prime, Amazon Prime. Walmart has its own version of Walmart Prime, and there's a yearly fee. And included in that yearly fee, you get like shipment reductions or free shipping, and you get to use the self-checkout. Walmart Plus, thank you, Grant. So you have to purchase Walmart Plus to be allowed to do self-checkout in some Walmarts. So let that sink in. Not only did they stop hiring people to do the cash register, but now they're charging you to work for them. They are, let me repeat that. They are charging you, the customer, to work for them. Now, the reason they say that they introduced this system in some Walmarts is because theft is very high. A lot of people trick the system when they do self-checkout. They don't scan the stuff properly and they take a lot of things and don't pay. And so they're like, well, if we charge you for self-checkout, you're going to think twice before you steal something because you have to actually pay for self-checkout. But I don't buy this reason for stealing or not. You know, it's because of stealing or we're doing we're charging you for self-checkout. I'm like, well, Walmart, you've just reached a whole new low, charging people for self-checkout. Isn't that funny? Kelly Carrick says, I just use the cashier or I pay for delivery. Well, why do the self-checkout? Yeah, right? Anya says it's like they don't want business. Sarah says, a fee to pay for stuff. Classy. Cecilia says, ridiculous. Ricardo says, I think Aldi supermarkets started these entering fees. You now have stores that you pay €12 to enter the store in Europe. What? Every time you enter an Aldi, you got to pay €12? But they give you the money back if you buy something. And then they counter that fee when you are at the cash register and you're paying for something. Or did they just keep the €12 to enter a store? What the hell is wrong with people? My gosh. Yeah, Jackie, I also just say, why don't you just hire cashiers, Walmart? Why don't you just hire cashiers? Linda says, oh, hell no, just another reason not to, and I don't shop there. Grant says, it's also linked to you if they make you have the membership. Really, Grant? That is double shady. Oh my God. And then they say, like, you can't do self-checkout. You have to get the membership. Oh my God. Could you imagine Walmart telling you that? Sue J. Plan says, that's a terrible deterrent for theft. I agree. Sarah Steele says, Steele is my last name. Not what I'll do, baby. Period. Brown Bunny says, you now have to pay to work. Yeah. Zeitgeist says capitalism is getting out of hand, y'all. Finley says, no, thanks. T-Bot says Sam's Club is a membership. Well, I mean, you go to Costco. Costco is also a membership, but like there's cash registers and there's cashiers working at the cash registers, actually. You have to pay to look, says Finley. For Aldi, apparently. I didn't know that this was a new thing, that you have to pay €12 to enter a supermarket. I never heard of that before, but wow. Ricardo says, yes, exactly. They give you that money as store credit. Ah, okay, Ricardo. Yeah, that makes sense because Aldi usually very kind of on the low end and people steal a lot there. So now they're charging you €12 to enter. So you buy something and then at the cash register, they deduct that money. If you don't buy anything, why are you entering Aldi? So they think you want to steal something. That's in Spanish. So there's an article in Tiramillas. Wait, let me translate it. Aldi's controversial change. Why are they charging admission to their stores now? The amount is discounted from your possible purchase, according to the digital media, the grocer, in a pilot test in London. They're testing this in London. A deposit of £10 they're asking for. A tradition that has undergone modifications and improvements over the years. And now a new one has arrived, charging for access to its stores. In the trial currently underway in London, consumers must pay €12 to enter the supermarket, which is deducted from their purchase. Specifically, the trial was conducted in the British town of Greenwich, where an experimental store was opened under the shop and go format, where there is no need to go through any checkout. Oh, I see. So it's also all digital. Customers make a pre-deposit of £10, which is about €12, on their card to enter the store, similar to paying for an entrance ticket. The pre-authorization fee is charged to the customer's card before they can pass through an entrance gate and is deducted from their store spend when they leave. However, if they leave with purchases worth less than £10, they may have to wait several days to get their money back. Customers also receive no warning about the deposit being charged before it is withdrawn. According to Aldi, pre-authorized payments will be refunded within 48 hours, depending on the user's account provider. This also applies to customers who generated a QR code through the Shop & Go app, but didn't visit the store, according to the grocer. Well, anyway, there you go. The more you know. Brown Bunny, $12 cover for Aldi? Is there a dark room? I mean, Polly S says Granny's gonna love that. Not. Finley says there have been times I've gone into stores like Trader Joe's or others for one or two things and they didn't have them. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. True, true. I never enter a supermarket without buying anything. I will always find something to eat. because I'm always hungry. It's too much hassle, though. I completely agree with you guys. It's insane. I saw a video that a store in Japan has like a machine on the cart, and when you put a product, it adds it to your account. Yeah, they did that also in the States with Amazon, like with Whole Foods. There was one of those like Amazon shops where you enter and there's no cash registers. You just take stuff in your cart and it deducts it from your credit card automatically or from your Amazon card or something. Paul, yes, that is very wise advice. Never go to supermarket when you're hungry. I agree. Look, I was out the other day and I went to a shop, speaking of going shopping, and it was early evening, I want to say, around about 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. And I enter, and it was like, they had like comic books, toys. It was one of those kind of pop culture shops, posters, movie merch, movie memorabilia. So I was going through the aisle with the NECA toys. That's all besides the point, but maybe helps us understand what type of person would be in that store. So the person standing in front of me that was blocking the entire aisle, that person was there with other two friends. Very rude, actually, because they were not, I was trying to get to something, but they did not want to move out of the way for me to get to the box of toys that I wanted. So I'm just standing there. I never touch people. I never push people. But I stand there looking at them like, excuse you, you know? So I'm standing there. And because this person did not budge, I read, so they have a crew neck. They have like a sweatshirt on, a black sweatshirt with a white text printed on the back of the sweatshirt. And I read the text. This person stood there on purpose with their back turned to me so that I would read the freaking text. Do you know what the text said? This is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. I found it really vile. The text said, "Dear person standing behind me, I just want to let you know that the world would be a much nicer place without you in it." Now you tell me, what sort of disgusting human being would want to wear something like that and think that that's cool? And would you feel offended if you read that? Would you feel some type of way? Because Brown Bunny says, oh, it's in the air, as they say. Liz says, yes, I would feel offended. I stood there and I thought to myself, oh my God, this person, without even talking to me, is wishing me to be unalived. And I'm like, are you for real? And I commented, I said, well, the world might be a better place without me in it, but it sure would be even much better without you in it. Look in the mirror, blah, blah, blah. Look in the mirror. I was shook. Shook. Yeah, T-Pal, it's obviously an instigation tactic. They're looking for a fight, and Dacob just wanted a toy. Not nice. All I wanted was to get to the NECA Elvira, Mistress of the Dark toy. I just wanted Elvira. I just wanted to walk over to the Elvira section. I wanted to see the Mistress of the Dark. That's all I wanted. And instead I got some Oompa Loompa wishing me to be unalived. I found that the most extreme example of passive aggressive I have ever encountered in my life. And I deal with passive aggressive shit on the daily, but this was on a whole other level. Oh, Gloria says, I think that person is dangerous. Sooner or later, they will act on it. Like, yeah, Finley. Yeah. Of course, he walked away. And then I got to Elvira, finally. Yeah. So I just thought that was the most passive-aggressive thing I have ever experienced in my life. Because think about it. Why would you want to wear something like that? Why would you want to... You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking this guy entering some shop or online, browsing online and coming across this sweatshirt and saying, oh yeah, that's the one. Oh yeah, man, I've been looking for a sweatshirt like this all my life. This is so cool. This is that's the pun. That's the one I've been, you know what I mean? Like, what sort of idiot would want to actually would look at this and think like, oh yeah, that's the one. You know? Like, wow. Like, wow. Kelly says, I'd stay clear of that jerk because they are a jerk, right? He wants a fight, says Pondunelli. Sarah says, I'd say have a nice trip. See you next fall, as they tripped over a banana peel I placed on the floor. Sarah, complex. Very complicated. The whole you've envisioned the whole process. He identified with it. Yeah, Lizem, I guess he did. Could you imagine to be such a person? Oof. Ooh. The level of putrid is on a whole other subterraneous level. Linda Poppy says, people really need to learn how to mind their own business unless someone is endangered or in need of help. Finley says, the best thing for a shirt like that is to just ignore it and say, sorry, can I get past you? No, I didn't. Elizabeth says, people are desperate for attention and obviously emotionally hurting with no productive outlet. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, I mean, it felt like this person has problems. Katrina says, imagine being so unhappy that you want to wear those sentiments on your back. But also, not the person who bought it, but the person who designed it. Who the heck designed something like that? And what was the designer thinking? Oh yeah, that is so funny. Oh my God, let's put this on the back of a crew neck. Like, dear person standing behind me, like, the world would be a much better place without you in it. Who thought that was a good idea to design and create? And maybe somebody's going to comment in the live stream when you watch it later on, somebody in the future, and is going to say, oh, Dacob, that's a quote from a song, ha ha ha, it's from a band, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't care. That doesn't justify crap. Oh, Marie, see, that's a good one, Marie. Marie says Demna, probably. Right? That's Demna's new design. Could you imagine? Yeah, I would, you know what? Yeah, I could totally see Demna do some stupid thing like that. I've never seen Demna do something intelligent. So then again, the bar is very low. The bar is very low, in my opinion. Nothing intelligent, of course. So I don't know what brand it is, Ali. I don't know. I just saw the text. And it was printed out in the, like, type, I don't know the name of the font, but you know, like that font that they use to like type out, like it's typed in a book. Like almost like, look, this is a quote from a book, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's the font it had. Like trying to be elegant and clever, you know, like intellectual font. Ush. Oh my God, Sarah says Temu sells crap like that. I can totally see that on Temu though, yeah. And then the Nectarine Man, pray for Gucci. Oh my God, now that Demna is taking over Gucci, it's gonna be a doozy. It's gonna be a doozy. Can't wait to see all the teddy bears in the S&M gear. And, you know, yeah. um, oh, Alex, yeah, I've heard about Comic Sans, the font, but no, I was thinking more like, what's it called? The classic book print font. I don't know. Slightly curved, round. Yeah, no, Sarah, I've also not really been into Gucci, to be honest with you. I mean, it's, you know, good luck to them. You know, good luck. Maybe they're going to do something awesome. Maybe he's learned his lesson. I don't think he has learned his lesson because he stays in the caring family. Not that the family's caring for him, it's the caring with a K, the caring corporation. He just stayed within caring, moved from Balenciaga to Gucci. Times New Roman, I think that's the one, Aish. Book Antigua. No. I'm only into Chanel, but that's enough with the crazy prices. Well, Zeitgeist, good luck with you. Oh, Indiana, thank you so much, sweetie.
Indiana donated de $15. Happy Hump Day.
Thank you, Indiana. I think we missed your tip earlier. I'm writing your name on the golden coin. Thank you, Indiana, so much for helping. Happy Hump Day and thank you so much for helping for the legal fund in the fashion bunker. So, here's your last chance to get yourself into the treasure chest. We have one more topic. Oh yeah, we do. We have one more topic. Wait, is this to be filmed or what? No. Oh, breaking news. We got breaking news. So we got breaking news, you guys. Okay, well, good for them. Hold on, I'm writing it down. So, breaking news, Chanel has a new brand ambassador, Kendrick Lamar. So, they hired him right before, the credit of the photo goes to Chanel. They hired him right before, I think, Mathieu Blazy took over, or maybe they hired both of them at the same time. But so Kendrick Lamar is now promoting their sunglasses. He is the brand ambassador for sunglasses because they don't do clothes yet for men. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, I guess he joins the mythological ranks of Chalamet, what's his name? Chalamet, whatever, Quingley, Quayle, whatever her name is, the one that has the name of a chicken. Kristen Stewart. I'm like, yeah, Dula Peep. Like, what is Chanel thinking? Now, look, maybe Kendrick Lamar is awesome. I don't know. I know a lot of people love his music. Oh, Timothy Chalamet. Yeah, Timothy. Like, their brand ambassadors are terrible. I don't know him. Maybe he's the best brand ambassador that they could have ever gotten. But honestly, Dula Peep, absolutely no. Kristen Stewart, terrible brand ambassador for Chanel, in my opinion. Also, what's the name of the other blonde chippy? The Barbie chippy. The Barbie chippy. Yeah, I forgot her name. The Margot Robbie. Yeah, Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie looks miserable in Chanel. Margot Robbie does not look good in Chanel. Margot Robbie looks good in Versace. Sorry, call a spade a spade. They don't know how to pick them. They don't know how to pick them for Chanel, okay? Is it Margaret Qualley? Yeah, Qualley. Yeah, like a quail. She sounds like a chicken. Yeah, that's the one. Sounds like a bird. Margaret Qualley. Also, another one. Looks totally out of place. Like when I see her at Chanel, I think like, oh, little girl got lost. Find her. You know, when I see her at Chanel, I'm looking for a microphone. I'm looking for a microphone to lift up and say, push the button. Hello, can the parents of this lost little skinny girl come to aisle 4, please? Your daughter is lost. Like that's what I want to say every time I see her at Chanel. I mean, I don't get it. And Dula Peep, don't even get me started on her. Don't get me started on her. Now he's wearing Chanel from head to toe. Well, of course, Liddy Pop. That belt is looking mighty Chanel-ish. He's wearing Chanel from head to toe. He's their sunglasses brand ambassador. They dressed him in Chanel. They gave him a Chanel jacket, Chanel pants, a Chanel chastity belt, I don't know. And then they gave him glasses. I mean, he looks good in Chanel. He looks good. He looks very handsome. You know, he looks handsome. But I don't know, maybe they want younger people to buy Chanel sunglasses? Liddy Pop says, but men's Chanel, this is a push. I'm here for it. Well, Karl Lagerfeld did clothes for men at Chanel as well. There was not a dedicated collection, but every season he would do a couple of pieces for men as well. Just FYI. So it's not the first time. But he's just a brand ambassador for their sunglasses. But I'm like, if Chanel, and again, Chanel is so out of touch. They are so out of touch with reality. Why am I saying this? You know how much these sunglasses cost? If they want Kendrick Lamar to promote Chanel sunglasses, and if they want Kendrick Lamar to get younger audiences to come in and start buying Chanel, you know what I mean? Younger generations to discover Chanel and to think like Chanel sunglasses are cool. Okay, if Chanel wants to do that, then they can't give him to wear a $2,000 pair of Chanel sunglasses after tax. $2,000. So what kid, what teenager is going to be like, oh yeah, Kendrick Lamar is wearing Chanel, baby. Let me, yeah, $2,000. Yes, that's me. That's so me. That's me. I'm that teenager who's going to drop $2,000 on these sunglasses. Like, what are we talking about here? It makes no sense. You see what I mean? This is where I don't understand. Like, who are they catering to? They want to cater to younger audiences for 2,000 pair Chanel sunglasses? $2,000 Chanel sunglasses? Oh, okay. Sue J says, I'd argue Kendrick attracts millennials. Okay. So you think millennials are going to be like, oh yeah, $2,000. Yeah, great. Get me buy 4 pairs. Kelly Carrick says, he's handsome. Glasses look good. A rich kid would buy. Okay, I'm processing that intel. Yes, he is handsome. Yes, the glasses look good on him. A rich kid would buy. Yeah, but how many rich kids do you need to make a profit off of this? That's my question. Like, how many rich kids would do it? Melanie Rice says teenagers aren't listening to Kendrick. Okay, so who's listening to Kendrick? Like, how old is a Kendrick listener? Alphabet Song says 100% agree. Kendrick Lamar is a millennial icon. So I'm really bad with this like whole millennial thing. So what's the age of a millennial? Nectarine Man says maybe it's the halo effect. Their favorite rapper is head to toe Chanel. Maybe I'll buy a Chanel little something something. Oh, Nectarine Man, that's a good one. I think you nailed it. I think you nailed it. I think that's exactly what it is. No, you guys, I think Nectarine Man solved the case. I think Nectarine Man really solved it. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's exactly, you're very right. I think that's the thing. I think it's like they see him wearing Chanel head to toe and they're like, oh, let me get a little something myself, like a perfume or something like, well, what can a man get? Perfume if you're straight, you know. If you're a sister, you might want to get some makeup too. But yeah, I see it. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so millennials are 30 to 40. Okay, I see. So millennials might want to zip it and zoo it. So 30 to 40. Yeah, 30 to 40. If you have a career, you've been working, you could be like, yeah, $2,000 Chanel sunglasses. Okay, I'm going to do it. Alphabet Song says, same reason why Loewe had a corporation, not a corporation, a cooperation with Studio Ghibli, Prime Millennial Nostalgia. Aha, Lady Pop says, so I'm a millennial and I would probably buy for hubby. Interesting. Finley says millennials are people born from 1981 to 1996 specifically. Yeah, Lady Pop says, we have lots of coins by this age. Grant says, but those are 900. Are they? Let me double check, y'all. So they have the turning metal things. It's like this. Now this model is the oval version. It's just a little bit, they're not so flat, they're a little bit round. Okay, so those are the ones. And by the way, I've seen them in store. And these little round things, they turn. So let me show them here. And then there's the price. So anyway, so there's that. And they come in this special box. They come in a special box, y'all. They come in a special box. I think it's the box that makes them cost more. So anyway, Linda Puppy says, I'm a Gen Xer and have always loved luxury fashion, still do and always will. Xennial too. Oh gosh, what's a Xennial, you guys? Not for that price though, says Lady. Grand Ramirez says, but the one in the photo is $900 with the wooden box. Yeah, but Chanel, when their sunglasses are a little bit slimmer, they don't cost $1,000 less because they're slimmer. There must be some other reason. You know what I mean? The oval version and the slim version usually is going to be the same price, if not $100 difference. But there must be some other reason why there's $1,000 difference. Terry says, my daughter's a millennial and I'm Gen X. I sent a picture of her and she said gaudy and overpriced. Yeah, she didn't like them, right? Yeah. Wheeling, come again, not for 2K, Chanel. Sarah Steele says 900 is okay, but 2000 is lame. Turning thingies or no? Zyka says, but like, why would Chanel choose Dua Lipa to promote the 25 bag if younger people cannot even afford it? They're out of touch. That's why I think they're out of touch. Oh, Brown Bunny says Kendrick Lamar is like 5'2", so objects might be smaller than they appear. But the glasses look really big on him. Maybe he has a smaller head. Because on me, Chanel sunglasses always look very small. I have a big head. My grandson and his buddies went to his concert, says Donna Donahue, on Saturday night. They all just turned 20 this year. They love him. Okay, so there you go. Thank you, Donna. So there's also like teenagers that have just turned 20 now that are into Kendrick Lamar. So it's not just people in their 30s and 40s. Brown Bunny says, Short King's coming back in 2025. Oh, so he's tiny? Didn't know. Alex says, yeah, but are these items meant to be for aspirational people? I don't know. Alex, I think we should have a conversation about what is aspirational at this point. Like, what do brands think is an aspirational entry price level? What's the price level category for aspirational? $100, $200, $50, $1,000. What is aspirational? Because quite frankly, don't get me wrong, you guys, I've been collecting Chanel sunglasses for decades. $1,900 or $900, both crazy price for this. This is not worth $900. This is a $400, maybe because the things turn, $500. That's the price that these should cost, not $900. They just shouldn't. Just like, you know what I mean? Oh, you see yourself as Moira from Schitt's Creek? Baba, I love that for you. Aww. Gala says glasses should not be more than $200 ever. Period. Zeitgeist says, I guess I'm getting old because I had no idea who this guy was. Oh, Zeitgeist, you're no longer a baba. You're no longer a baba. Shari says, I gave away all my designer handbags to my girlfriends and don't miss that stuff. Stop thinking you look good with it, because you don't. People wonder why you are insecure and need it. That is not true, Shari. You can't like generalize like completely. I mean, you can't like look bad in everything. Like, why do you have such low self-esteem? Girl, no, stop that. Lift yourself up. Lift yourself up. Cecilia Brown says, he did Super Bowl. Yes, he did this year, so maybe that's why Chanel picked him. Bigger exposure. Yeah, he did the Super Bowl, and then Drake was really upset, like apparently, allegedly, because he didn't do the Super Bowl, and then everybody made fun of it at the Oscars. And they're always dragging Drake into this situation. Why are Drake and Kendrick beefing anyway? They should just get together and make out. And do another video, you know, like when Drake did the video of his anaconda. We've all seen Drake's anaconda video. Come on now. That he leaked himself, allegedly. That he allegedly leaked himself, okay? We'll go. We've seen the anaconda. Whipping all over the place. So Zeitgeist says, at least they didn't choose Taylor Swift. Well, you just wait and see, because, you know, maybe she was too expensive for Chanel. The shade, and let me sip my Chali Wada in honor of that. That's the best shade today. Taylor Swift was too expensive for Chanel. Hidden bubbles with Chali. You know. Oh my God, Brown Bunny says, on the streets they're saying it was a prosthetic anaconda. It wasn't even his. Well, I'll be damned. Could have fooled me. Could have fooled me. I thought it was his anaconda, but hey. Lady Pop says Drake has a song Crying in Chanel. Now Kendrick is modeling for them. Oh my God, Liddy, that's like a double smack in his face. Like, look at me, I'm modeling for them. You gotta sing you gotta sing how much you love them. I get paid by them. Mic drop. No, I think they should make peace, just get together, make out on camera, give us people something to enjoy watching. And, oh, Shari says you're adorable, Dacob. Thank you, Shari. Thank you, thank you. Chanel know what they're doing, says Liddy. That would be really nasty. But then again, that would be very Chanel too. Yeah. Kelly says Drake is jealous. So who's the person who's wrong in this beef? Is Drake wrong or is Kendrick wrong? Oh, Liddy says Drake is wrong. He started the beef. Joyful Remorse says Drake. Sarah S says, I saw Drake's bio recently. He seems like a dork. Oh my God. Gummy says Drake is wrong. Kelly says Drake, I think. Liddy says Kendrick dragged him to filth and makes great music at the same time. Alex says, anyway, see you later. Bye, Alex. Brown Bunny says, Kendrick kind of ended Drake with the A minor song and Drake mad. Aw, and is he really going to sue? Linda says, adorable, intelligent. Melanie says, Kendrick is diabolical and knows what he's doing. Do you think that Kendrick Lamar took up the job as brand ambassador for Chanel just to spite Drake? No, come on. No, because come on. I mean, you're still working for Chanel. Look, you can like or not like Chanel, but like being a brand ambassador for Chanel, it's a big deal. Like come on now. I would say yes. Sorry, not sorry. Like if Chanel came to me and said, hey, want to be our brand ambassador? How? I would be like, yes. Yes. Yes, I would be your brand ambassador. How? In a jiffy. Of course I would. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? You know? Liddy says it's extra burn because he's doing Chanel. And the money, of course, is Ali. Bombsha says he will make a new song about Chanel. Brown Bunny says Drake is a handbag queen. Look it up. Brown Bunny, I know. Drake would also have the handbags on his concert during the tour, and then he would gift a luxury bag every night of the concert to some lucky lady in the audience. And I thought to myself, why wouldn't he gift it to some lucky gentleman in the audience? Why only the chicks? And are those bags authentic? Were those the bags TikTok was talking about were made in China? Let me sip my tea. Well, it's water, but you know. Yeah. Now we know who the TikTok videos were talking about. Exactly, T-Pel. Sarah says, allegedly. Allegedly. Drake has a ton of Birkins. Donna says, Drake, he's into under... okay. Can't say that. Celebs do love fake Birkins, says Anya. Period. Especially now knowing Drake has that Chanel song. Kendrick definitely calculated that. But like, how long? Okay, but then like, you guys, like Kendrick holds a grudge. Like, he won. Let it go. Why doesn't he let it go? It's becoming a little bit petty. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you did the halftime show. People love your music more. Williams was dancing in your show. That was also a whole other shade moment. Like, you win. You won. Let it go. Let it go. Because now it's like getting to the point where now he's going to, and what's he going to do next? Like he won. Why does he have to keep punching him? Victoria says the China bags are the bags we see rappers give to women and post all over social media. The shade. Linda says, clueless question here. Is Virginie still going to be the creative director for Chanel? No, Virginie left Chanel on the 5th of June, 2024. She's no longer anything at Chanel. Virginie's out. Elizabeth Brown says, I'm thinking about buying the thin version of the Hermès bracelet you're wearing. Do you think it's a good bracelet? I can justify the bracelet, but not the bags. Do I think it's a good bracelet? I've had it for over 10 years. Yeah, of course I think it's a good bracelet. I would not have gotten it if it wasn't a good, you know what I mean? So yes, I think it's a wonderful bracelet. You just have to be careful. Don't bend it. It can break, you know? You have to like twist it like this to put it off and on gently. Cha. Well, there goes my gently. You know, here you go. Yes, I love it. I love it very much. You guys, I don't buy stuff I don't like. And you're not going to see me sitting here doing a vlog sale. It's a vlog sale, you guys. All the stuff that I bought all these 10 years that I was telling you was amazing, was great, was great. Now I'm selling it all because I'm a fake asshole. You're not going to see me do that. If I get into financial crises, extremely financial crises, and I got to sell off my bags, then I'll sell them. But I ain't going to sell them just because I can. You know what I mean? No. What Dacob buys and shares with you on camera, it means that Dacob thinks this is a good purchase. So, period. You know what I mean? Well, Elizabeth, but here's the thing though. This little bracelet is a quite popular item. So they might not have it in stock. Just be wary of that, you know. They might not have all the sizes in stock. But they might have it in stock. I mean, yeah, just enter and say, hi, I would like the Chaine d'Ancre cuff, the smaller cuff. Because they also have a Chaine d'Ancre cuff that has like 5 or 6 of these, like all melted together into one chunky cuff. There's that one as well. Yeah, just remember that you know how they are. A lot of the stuff sells out and then it takes them a long time to make it again. So it might not be available that day, but they might also tell you, we can check in the system. If you're in a bigger city like Paris, maybe one boutique doesn't have it, but another boutique does have it. So ask the sales associate like, hey, could you please look in the system? Maybe I can find it in another boutique because they can check the stock. Or if the sales associate is really nice, they could also ship it over to them. Like they can take it from one boutique to their boutique and tell you like, oh, we can get it for you by tomorrow. If they want to do that, I don't know. That depends on them because they have to make that decision. It's not a given that they're going to ship it over for you. Just don't expect them to. You know what I mean? They might offer to do it, but they might not offer to do it. And it's okay if they don't offer to do it. They might not offer to do it if there's too much, if it's too busy, too much work going on. You know, there's a lot of reasons why something might not be possible. Just don't take it personally is what I'm saying. You'll be in Rome and Barcelona. Rome, I think Barcelona has a better selection than Rome, but Rome is nicer to go in. So try both. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to go to Rome first, try Rome. And if you get lucky, you get it in Rome. And if you're in Barcelona first, try in Barcelona. And if you get it in Barcelona, great. So you don't have to worry when you're in Rome thinking, oh, is Rome going to have it as well? But, and usually they're very nice when you want jewelry because they get commission on jewelry, you know. Finally, somebody entering the shop that doesn't want a Kelly and a Birkin. So they're going to be happy. They're always much happy when they can sell you fine jewelry because they get commission. You know what I mean? That's they're the happiest when they can sell you fine jewelry, watches, and clothes. They love doing that. They love doing that because they get better commission. They don't get any commission on the bags, so you know. So yeah, there you go. So, alrighty, let's do our coin. Are you ready, guys? I am picking out one random name, and the name is what? Why is everything exploding? I picked up one name. It's Terry.
Liz
Liz,
me
I'll
donated
put you in for the next
$5
time. It's fine.
for the victory. Signe V, love love.
Oh, there's more tips? How many tips are coming in? Terry, I picked your name. Wait, we can do 2. We can do 2 then. That's it? Okay. So, Liz M, I'll put you in for the next live stream because your name arrived after the. All right, Terry. Terry got Predicto. Terry, don't ask too serious questions because then we all get depressed. All right, here comes Dicto. Ooh. Oh my God, Dicto almost fell. Okay. Terry, are you ready to ask Mr. Predicto a question about the future? Okay, Terry is typing out the question. And we're going to ask Dicto. And Dicto is going to say yes or no. And what that question is. Terry has a tendency of asking very serious questions, so I am worried. Terry likes to slap it out straight and forward. Oh boy, there she goes. Terry's asking, okay, Mr. Dicto, is Terry ever gonna go on vacation? And she says, are we ever going to go on vacation?
It cannot be determined at this time.
Oh, Dicto. Oh, Dicto. I just, okay. All right. Well, let me ask again. If you can't be determined in this time, to see the ocean, Terry says. Okay. So, is Terry ever going to go on vacation to see the ocean?
Yes.
Thank you, Dicto. Terry, you always make me sweat through my entire outfit. Dicto said yes. Unequivocal yes. He said yes. So Terry, hallelujah, baby. It's a yes. Be careful if you're in Florida, Terry, because there's those gators waving at you. So if you're going to see the ocean in Florida, I'd be careful. But for the rest, there you go. Grab your sunscreen, period. Dicto said yes. Makes me always so anxious when the questions are so serious. But we did it. We did it, Terry. Thank goodness for that. Thank you, mods, for keeping us safe. It's my life dream to see the ocean, says Terry. Well, Dicto said yes.
A special thanks to the mods in the fashion bunker. That's my horror, all 3H, Gloria, Kev, Nicole, and Terry. Bubbles loves you.
Oh, Terry says, Hobby has seen it. He was in Air Force and been to Europe, but not me. Well, here we come to the ocean, babes. Also, yeah, don't forget, you guys, tomorrow we're going to do the exclusive for Tier 2 members and Tier 2 patrons live stream. Don't know what time, don't ask. It'll happen. Just keep an eye out on my Super Dacob backup, all spelled together, Super Dacob backup Instagram account. In the Insta stories, I will post like, hey, exclusive live stream starting now. I will also post it on Discord before the live stream begins. And hopefully you will get a notification through Patreon if you're a Tier 2 patron, or through YouTube if you are a member as well. Linda says, don't mess with the Florida Gators and they won't mess with you for the most part. Unless they're very, very hungry. Hi, Picky Ricky. How's it going, sweetie? We'll go, we'll go.
Would go, would go, would go, would go, would go. Would go, would go, would go, would go, would go. Would go, would go, would go, would go, would go, would go.
Ferret and Regina Camiller again. Living Ferret.
I'm living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret.
Yeah, baby, that's Mala Boobs. You tell him. That's a living ferret. And then the dying ferret is next. Little dying ferret.
Dying ferret, dying ferret, dying ferret, dying ferret, dying ferret.
Poor little ferret. And then we got more animals in the bunker. We got Linda, the T-Rex. Now, could you imagine the alligators in the water with the little handlets trying to imitate a dying person? Like, save me, save me. Listen, Linda.
Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda.
Period. Period. Oh, Linda, you look mighty fine today. Mighty, mighty fine today, our Linda. What are we obsessed with today? I want to say, today, you know what? I want to say we are obsessed with the gators that have learned to ring the doorbells. I think that's what I'm mostly obsessed with today. Obsessed.
I am obsessed. I am obsessed. I am obsessed. Oh.
That climax never comes to an end, does it? Such a vibe, such a vibe, such a vibe. Oh my God, oh my God. There is no after show today. It's tomorrow. Tomorrow there's a special live stream exclusive for Tier 2 members and Tier 2 patrons. Not today, it's tomorrow. To get notified when it begins, follow me on Instagram, Super Dacob Backup. I will be posting in the Insta stories right before it begins, or join Discord. On Discord, I will be also posting in the general YouTube channel. I will say, hey, exclusive live stream begins now. And what else we got here? Baby Yoda, where did you go? Cha-cha-cha-cha moment. Hit it, baby.
Ciao, 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 ciao. Ciao, 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 ciao. Ciao, ciao, ciao. Ciao.
Off he goes. Yes, there will be a movie with Baby Yoda, aka Grogu, and the Mandalorian. And Sigourney Weaver is going to be in it. And I am very excited about this because I love my Sigourney Weaver in space. She's Ripley in Alien. So, of course, Sigourney Weaver for me will always be Ripley. And yes, she will also always be the evil boss from Working Girl. Like, Sigourney Weaver for me is those two characters, basically. Also, Gorillas in the Mist. But mostly, it's the mean one from Working Girl and Ripley from Alien. That's Sigourney Weaver from... Oh, no. She's also always going to be the Ghostbuster. Yeah. Actually, Sigourney's a lot of things to me. Love her. What an icon. So she's going to be in the new Grogu movie. Looking forward to that. And also looking forward to how her toy character is going to look like. Very interested to see like how they're going to make Sigourney in toy version. Living Ferret. Linda Poppy, ciao handsome. Aw, thank you. Ciao to you too. Sweetie darling, sweetie darling, sweetie darling. Darling, sweetie. SH says, Dacob, I love the music. I laugh so much. Oh, I'm glad you do. Thank you, guys. I hope you had fun today. We had a little cathartic moment. We went through thick and thin together. We had a lot of topics to talk about. I mean, you know, for the shade, there was shade. Well, there always is shade. We talked about lovers. We talked about haters. We talked about gators. Little rhyme. Look at me. Well, the Pulitzer should go to me after all. So love you loads, guys. For all my Tier 2 members and Tier 2 patrons, I shall see you tomorrow at some time for the exclusive show. And for all the rest of y'all's, I'ma see ya on the weekend. Love you loads. Never give up on love. Bye.